Thursday night world. And welcome to another episode of Lab Talk with the Dog God, aka the Coach, aka the Elon Musk of high performance working dogs. That is me. And big salute to my brother Young Reddy with that pole position. And my boy Cooper. Cooper with that second place. And big salute to all of you who will be chiming in the chat and all of you who will be chiming in on the replay. And salute to the classroom, man. The only place, the only classroom for us, elite level, high performance, working / competition dog engineers, us pioneer dog men and dog women. Okay, this is a place for us to use our collective minds, to use our collective minds, our super dog men and dog women computer to come together to create better, high performance working / competition dogs. Man, you gotta love it. And before, I get into my week, we always like to get prepared, get comfortable, especially when you're out here working like the coach do, putting that work, and more work 3 times with no days off. It's always good to calm your nerves, man, when it's time for the classroom, man. You got a lot of the world on your shoulders. You got a lot of the world on your back, all your responsibilities on your back. You got a heavy cross to carry that's yours. And, when you need to calm your nerves, to concentrate a little bit, to focus and block out all that worldly shit, man, go ahead and get your herbal sensations rolled up. Your Swisher Sweets, your backwoods, paper planes, bongs, whatever you like, edibles, lotions, whatever you like. When it comes to the herbal sensations, get that motherfucker ready to go and rolled up. And if you like your brewskis, man, your Heineken, your Coors, your Buds, Budweisers, anything, your IPOs, all that shit, Coronas, all that shit, get that shit ready to go. Make sure that bitch is cold. Get your mugs out the freezer. Make sure it's cold. And if you like your shots, Jose Cuervo, Hennessy, whatever you like, man, cognac, whatever you like to sip on, alcoholic strong, get that shit ready to go. And if you like me, you like to keep it simple, you like your mixed drink, I got my vodka lemonade. Big salute to y'all. Love you guys, man. Much love and respect. Cheers. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So, man, another week in the books. And like I said, for me on my yard, it's about tranquility. It's about order. It's not a lot of extra credit going on my yard. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just, living a good life, I would say. Get to go out, play in the yard, do their little yard stuff. Ain't no training going on as far as conditioning goes like I used to. Just everybody just, living the leisure, which is, like I said, good when it comes to the frequency that I got to keep over here, until I sell this estate and get me a bigger estate so I can do it gigantor the way I want to. So it's just been all about keeping order and, allowing, just the dogs just to be dogs at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They get to roam out there and play around, do what they want to do. Nothing strenuous. You know what I mean? Eat good. Kennels are clean. Everybody's comfortable. Put it that way. All the dogs are comfortable, man, which is, for now, something that must be done. But in the future, yeah, man, when we get them 50 to 100 acres, we're going to do it super gigantor, super big. And honestly, I'm just grateful that I got, a piece of everything that I need to move forward. All the hard work that I put in since 2005 till now, 2025, going on 2026. All the different combinations that I've produced, I've got pieces of them in my lab. You know what I mean? So my lab is still super extensive when it comes to top tier working dog DNA. Um, it is current. You know what I'm saying? So, none of my creations went to waste. I got DNA on all of them. So, um, as far as the future goes, you know, yeah, I'm still in position to do what I need to do at the highest level, man. And that's really what I'm grateful for at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? At the end of all the work that I put in over these years and stuff, is that I have something to show for it. I've always told you guys to collect your semen and all that shit. Everything that I do, I tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to preach and teach about things I don't even do. You feel me? So that's the difference between me and the internet dogman. I actually do what I say I'm doing, and then I teach it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful that I have a lot of my DNA on tap. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend the money. It's going to be a little bit over 10,000. Probably maybe about 15,000. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my own uh, cryo chamber and store my own semen and do all that shit myself. So I ain't got to pay a yearly fee. I ain't got to pay to get my dog's semen extracted. I can do everything myself, store it myself, you know, everything. Because like I already told you guys before, like I want to get, especially on AK. I mean, most of my dogs, but definitely on AK, I want to at least have 500 straws. At least before he transitions. I want to have 500 for me so that I can, you know, carry on that wave for as long as I want to. You know what I mean? As long as I choose to, I can carry it on. And, if I turn it into a program where, my vision is manifested, then, my sons, my nephew, I know my nephew loves dogs. My son or my nephew, if they want to take it over, they got the recipe, they got all the DNA, they can cook how they want to cook with the shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll pass it on to them, let them cook however they want to cook with it. But guess what? I have all the DNA. They can go in there and go through my archives. They can go and grab whatever dogs they want to get all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Whatever dogs they want, they can go grab it, get it. You know what I'm saying? I'll have the whole setup for them. I'll have all of the DNA that I've ever did produce that I kept that they can cook off all my retro shit and add it to their new shit. So, you know, I'm gonna invest in that. You know what I'm saying? I'm put about 10 to 15,000 away, and I'm gonna go ahead and invest in my own shit so I can have as many straws as I want of all my top tier shit, and I keep it myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's my next project for me and my program is to have my own sperm bank, my own, instead of paying my fertility clinic. Shout out to them, by the way. Series K9. You know what I mean? They do good business, but you know, I want my own. I want to do it myself. So that's my goal now is to do that. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, man, everything is good. Everything is great. God is good. God is great. Ah, God is good. God is great. Salute to you, the Texas kid. He said, you can do it. My buddy stores straws from cattle from the 90s. Okay, salute Texas kid. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it myself. And especially if I want to achieve 500 straws at least off of AK, I'm collecting on all my studs, Black Hawk, all of them. But for sure, you know, until I see AK Seaman go to the shits when he get older, by that time I've already done had 500 straws on deck. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't no big deal. And you know, if he transitions, you know what I mean? I mean, shit, he did me a solid, man. He did me a solid. So That's my goal. Hey, salute to your show, Nafa. Thank you, brother, for supporting your boy, man. Coming in here consistently, like my brother Reddy and my brother Cooper. So big salute to your show, Nuff. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Inquisitive Dejena. What's good with you, brother? What's good? So yeah, that's my goal. You know what I mean? Now that's the area where I'm moving into now, is I'm gonna set up my own shit and just have my own little stuff stored on deck, so I can have all my DNA on tap, and I can, like I said, have as many straws as I freaking choose to pull. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get me the TCI equipment, all that stuff, because I know how to do all that shit. Me and my wife, we know how to do all that shit. I mean, I done paid so many TCIs. You know what I mean? Me and my wife know how to do all that shit. So I'm gonna buy my own TCI equipment. I'm gonna be able to do it all in-house. That's where I'm headed. Anything I want to do, I want to do it in-house, especially when it comes to fertility. I already got my progesterone machine and all that shit. I want to do everything in-house for the future. So that's the goal. Besides the C-section, but hopefully I ain't ever got to do no. I got big dogs, so I should never have to do no C-section. That's my French bulldogs, but I don't think I'm ever gonna breed French bulldogs again. I think I'm done with that. You know what I mean? But I will collect my my fluffy stud. I'm gonna collect the semen though, regardless. Put that shit on ice just so I can have it. But I digress on that. Big cheers to you guys. Big cheers to my brothers and dog sisters. I'm gonna drop this link because we're gonna cook tonight. We're gonna cook tonight. And tonight's topic, I'm gonna put this on the ticker here. And I know you guys probably already read it, but we're gonna put this on the ticker here. Tonight's topic is, what is a freak of nature when it pertains to a high performance working / competition dog? Now, you guys hear me say that about AK-47 Chopper. You guys hear me talk about freak of nature. That's the only dog that I've ever spoke that on, like put that title on. I've owned many dogs over the years, and I've never called any of my dogs freaks of nature. But I do have one that I have called that. But, you know, I want us to define this because, you know, I don't hear too many people using this title on their dogs. And, you know, I've been using it very consistently for the past few years. And, you know how it goes. You know, people hear it. You know, it sounds big. People want to use it, which is fine. You can do what you want to do. But over here, because we engineers, you know, we like to break shit down and build it up. We want to understand why the what, when, where's, and whys. That's what engineers do. You know what I'm saying? That's what scientists do. We break shit down and build it back up. So I want to make sure that we understand, if we call any type of dog a freak of nature, we understand why. You know, let's not just use it just to boost ourselves or boost our dogs or boost our programs. Let's make it make sense, because not every dog is considered a freak of nature. And that's why we need to define that tonight, which I love to do with you guys, because you guys are the collective brain. You guys think like I think. You know what I'm saying? You know, you guys really think introspectively, retrospectively. Y'all really, you know, intellectually, y'all, you know what I mean? You guys are smarter than the average, which I love about our classroom. So I want to share this topic with you guys, and we're going to cook on it. So I'm going to drop this link. Whoever's qualified, come on up, man, on the panel. We're going to cook. Either way, in the chat, participate. You know what I'm saying? We're going to cook. Let me drop this link right now. And we're going to cook tonight on this beautiful topic of ours, man. It's a great topic, actually. All of our topics are great. And if, you know, you guys are new, go back to episode 1. And, you know what I mean? Put your headphones on and, you know, enjoy the classroom, bro. We've been cooking since episode 1. Been cooking, learning, teaching, schooling, all the things that is required for us to learn and progress, man. That's what we've been doing in this classroom. You know what I mean? Nothing more, nothing less. Ready?
Hey, what's good, coach?
What you ready, man? How you been, brother?
Feel better than ever, man.
Oh, did you bounce back from your ailment?
Yeah.
Man, I know you happy. Did you troubleshoot where it might have came from, or what? Are you just like, well, you know, I don't know, but
no,
it's under control?
Yeah, the kids started going back to school. So I think something came from that,
Oh,
how
you
it
got
be
you got
him.
you got sons and daughters? What you got?
Nah.
Your nephews? What you got? What you got?
Oh, I got nephews and nieces, but they not around me.
Okay, so then how would that affect you? If
No, I
they
mean in the
okay,
neighborhood, the schools.
okay, okay. Yeah,
It's a lot of
definitely.
kids. It's a lot of kids in my neighborhood, so they
Okay,
traveling back and forth.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Make sure you now we're gonna get into winter, the winter months. So it's definitely gonna be a lot of germs and shit and a lot of sniffling going on. So, you gotta drink a lot of vitamin C, man. You know what I mean? A lot of vitamin C helps that shit out a
yeah,
lot, you know,
yeah.
helps you with the cold and the sniffles and all that shit, man. So definitely now that you've already been crippled damn near twice, you better be on your defense, my brother.
Nah, I feel you. I'm on it.
'Cause I would hate to be down and out like that, man. That's all bad, especially when you got a stomach virus. That's the worst.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that was the worst, man. You mentioned something today, man. You mentioned something about our brother Caveman. Salute to Caveman. You said that he got a litter of bull herders on the ground.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Oh, okay, shit.
He
He
told
said
me that today.
he did that with his bully.
It's yeah, it's Malin. One of his male Malinois, and he said he had a female XL bully.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Damn it, man. Hopefully he'll share that with us. Do a little show and tell. That's dope.
yeah. Gotta wait for him to get internet again.
Okay, his internet is down.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, shout out to Caveman. Caveman, we miss you, my brother. You able to, hop on. I'm sure he watches us when he ever gets a chance. But we miss you. We miss you, Caveman. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? We know you here with us in spirit either way, man. So we're looking out to brother Caveman. So did you see? Of course, I know you did, but for the chat last week, I brought up that Garden State Terriers. I don't know if you guys know about them, but we spoke about them yesterday when we were speaking about what does a high performance working dog program look like. And I mentioned to Reddy before I mentioned it to you guys in the classroom that he posted a bull herder litter, which was it was a surprise to me, but not really a surprise because of the type of dog man he is and the people he fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So today I clicked on his stories and he showed the puppies again. And so I made sure I snapshotted it. So I told my brothers over there in our little group, I was like, look, I just don't want to, y'all know I don't be capping anyway. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Y'all know I don't do that type shit. That's not me, but I do like I do like to show and tell. So I did a little picture and showed the brothers like, hey, I told you this nigga over there throwing his blood and making bull herders and shit like that.
yeah. That's a nice little litter you got.
Yeah, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? It just shows that it's motherfuckers is they catching on. The wave is starting to catch.
Yeah,
It's starting to catch, and then it's not just catching with well, anybody can catch it, but what I respect because of how I see myself as a top tier level program is that there's other top tier level programs that seeing the benefit of crossing their genetics and making these bull herders. You know what I mean? So to see a program like Garden State, with he got some dope ass pit bulls, man, and he's established. But for him to go ahead and cross his shit up in there, and I also showed last week how Tom Gardner's boy is fucking with the shit too.
yeah,
So I'm showing us over here in this classroom that one thing about me that I've always been talking about since day one in our classroom, the pioneer dog man, and how I've always been that in anything that I do besides the dogs. I'm an artist. So I like to create. I like to think outside the box and make the circle. That's me. I like to create. I'm a creator. So I'm always thinking differently. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the only one, because there's nothing new under the sun. I've always taught y'all that shit too. I didn't reinvent shit. I didn't invent it. Motherfuckers been doing these type of things, but a lot of people, you know, they, especially in America, is about trends and it's about following shit. It ain't about origination anymore. Origination, that's just dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? If you're not in the in crowd, then you ain't shit. You know what I mean? They're gonna talk bad about you. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I've always strayed away from that type of thinking. I'm not a sheep. I do me. I'm okay being by myself. I was a kid that could play army and cars and He-Mans and wrestling and shit. I didn't need no play dating. I got brothers. I'll be in my own room, close my door. You know, I play with my, not like that, but I play, toys and stuff, whatever. I can entertain myself, put it that way.
Right.
So seeing my man Garden State, I'm like, damn, man, he doing that shit too. Salute, salute, salute. So what I want to share with y'all real quick before we get into our topic tonight is I want to show you guys that, I've been talking about this bull herder shit since 2023. Hey, ready? Can you believe it's been that long?
Nah.
Yeah, I like to show shit too, just to make sure that, I don't want to be known as a capper. You know what I mean? I know I'm not, but a lot of people talk about shit and don't show nothing that they talk about. This shit just talk. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to show the first post that I did about the bull herder. And then now we're seeing our brothers who probably never even heard, maybe never even seen me post it. Maybe they have. I don't know. Either way, I don't care. I'm just glad that, people are doing it. I respect them for doing it, because like I told you guys before, I was motivated when I saw Canine Matt buy from Bull Vision. I told y'all that shit too, because I've been following them forever. Okay. So when I saw Canine Matt buy a fucking bull herder, and I've always been fans of Bull Vision, and I've always respected Canine Matt for what he do with his training and shit like that. To see him go ahead and retire his dog Ace, which is a pit bull, and get him a fucking bull herder from Bull Vision, I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to make dogs. So I'm like, oh shit, okay, damn it. Canine Matt fucking with a Bull Vision like that too? Okay, well shit, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I do. What's good with you, Callie? That council. Hey, I gotta give a special shout out. Hey, ready? We gotta give a special salute. Chat. We gotta give a special salute, special shout out to our brother, the council. He is free out of them bar. 6 years.
Congratulations.
Hey, 6 years locked down in the Bing. He's home, man. He's home. So
my
big
God's
salute,
home.
man. Yeah, man. Welcome home. Welcome home. We glad to have you. You will never be locked behind them fucking hell walls again. You feel me? Not and long fucking with me as your brother, we ain't moving in that direction. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just dead and gone, man. But we want to congratulate you, welcome you home. You know what I'm saying? God is good, man. Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Welcome back, man. Congratulations, man.
So big salute to you. Big salute. So what I wanted to do, ready in chat, I like to do the show and tell. You know what I'm saying? Verde Bullies. Big salute to you, my brother. So here we go. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, I just want to show this, right? So this is right here. Okay, we're gonna maximize it here. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the date is, it says right here, it says July 10th, 2023. Okay. It also shows how many likes I got when I posted this shit back in 2023. It shows 3,856 likes. Okay, do you see that, ready?
Yep.
Okay, I know y'all see that, chat. Now this is why I get all the naysayers, haters, spectators, and commentators that be in my business because they don't get posts that get these numbers. You feel me, Ready?
Facts.
I mean, this is the stuff that I like to show other dog men and dog women who really is about that craft. And I'm not braggadocious at all, but I show the numbers every fucking time. People wonder, well, damn it, coach. I mean, you just show dogs and, you do numbers. And, yeah, I do numbers. And, I got 36,000 followers and shit. Okay, whatever. But, I'm not a gimmick. And I'm not, coach ain't the star of the show. You know what I'm saying? It's only the dogs. But because I have original content and I'm coming with original shit that's top tier quality, motherfuckers pay attention whether you like it or not. You're going to pay attention. And the algorithm's going to share. So this is what I said when I posted it. I said, this high performance working dog genetic recipe is going to cook up some next level personal property and livestock guardians. I can promise you this. Imagine a 29-inch tall, 130 plus pounds, muscular lean body, short to medium haired, hard bone crushing mouth, fearless maximum prey drive, fast athletic double XL bull herder that will take on any threat to you. To you, your property, and your livestock. With this next level genetic recipe between my double XL Pitbull Freak of Nature AK-47 chopper and my Kangal Snow White from Serbia, this will soon be a reality. Okay. I'm just in my own lane, raising the bar higher and higher with my own one-of-a-kind exotic high-performance working dog genetic recipes. Quality costs, got DNA, we do. I mean, I spoke this shit back in July 10th, 2023. So I just we know this, Ready. All y'all who fuck with me already know that I've been on this type shit. That's why y'all fuck with me. Y'all know I've been practicing what I teach. So I am the coach. I tell you guys what I do. I'm not just talking it because it sounds good. It's just the talk of the year or talk of the month, talk of the week. Dog, I talk this shit because that's what I believe in. That's what I do. So to see this post back in 2023, and then we're going to go, and I want to, I got to go tap into my boy over there at Garden State Terriers because, some of you guys, maybe you might not respect the coach because the coach is so fucking raw and original. Maybe you respect the dude that got a top tier level fucking American Pitbull Terrier fucking game dog program. Maybe you respect him. You know what I'm saying? Since you don't respect the pioneer. I'm a pioneer. So I showed you I was talking that shit with a Kangal. First of all, Ready, who was talking it with a Kangal at all? I ain't heard nobody say nothing with a Kangal.
Nah. Nope.
Not in no 2023. Matter of fact, them niggas in the States didn't even have no Kangal to even talk about. So I was talking it and I was showing my little young, she was young. That you could tell she was a little fucking young puppy bitch when I was talking that shit in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was talking it with a Kangal in 2023. I have a Kangal and a Malinois I'm going to do. So I'm really fucking the game up now. Okay. Cause I got a Kangal and a Malinois, but I was talking Kangal back in the day. Shout out to my boy Alpha Kennels. He out there in the UK. Okay. He got a Kangal too. He going to do his with a presser. But he gave me my respect because I've been talking about this shit since 2023. Ready? They know what I'm saying? I mean, goddamn, are they going to ever put some respect on the dog guy's name? Come on, man.
Need to.
Come on, they need to. I mean, shit. I mean, damn it. All I do is show dogs. Only time I be talking is when I narrate and when I get in this classroom once a week. Other than that, all you see is fucking dogs on my channel. But let's keep it going. Here we go. Garden State. If y'all aren't following Garden State Terriers, he got some dope ass fucking game pit bulls. Okay? Fuck with him. He do good business. He got a lot of respect when it comes to these game dogs. I love his dogs. I love his program. He's solid. 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 Okay? Follow him. But check this out.
Getting down, so we selling, don't fuck up the price, shut your trap down. I got my game from Kingpins, never had no crown on. I put a dub on all the house, we doing house call. Bitch, if you...
What do you see right there? Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Chat, y'all see that? Let me show y'all again. Y'all see that? It says bull herders. Does it not say bull herders? Ready?
Yep.
Okay, this one, I didn't know what I mean. Just want to make sure I ain't capping. I ain't capping. Because see, like I said, there's a lot of this, and it's sad that it's a lot. But it's a lot of naysayers out here that don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because all they do is run their fucking mouths. But there's top tier dogmen with top tier programs that know the wave. Matter of fact, they cooking. They know the wave is coming. They got these game dogs that they can't, you know what I mean? They against the, you know, they against the box when they can't do it no more. They respect their family, their livelihood, their freedom. They not doing that shit no more with their game dogs. But guess what they can do with them goddamn bull herders though?
They compete.
They can compete with the bull herders now. They can take their fucking top tier so-called game dogs or top tier game dogs with all this drive and all this mouth and all this ability and all this shit and turn them into combat dogs. But instead of them being dog stoppers, which is illegal in America, they could be man stoppers, which is legal in America. Matter of fact, the law enforcement and the military buy them dogs. So law enforcement ain't going to arrest you for creating a man stopper unless you can't control it and it's over there fucking running rampant on your neighborhood and fucking shit up. Now you're going to get a lawsuit and go to jail because you can't control your dogs. But what I know of these brothers who got these dogs, you got to teach them obedience. There's a lot of work that you got. It's not a pit bull. There's a lot more work you got to put into these bull herders, man. It's a lot more work. You got to have a controlled dog for a bull herder. But see, when you got dogs that are built to compete like my man Garden State Terriers dogs are, and you got a family and you done with that, you want to compete still, guess what you do? You do what my brother's doing right here. Bull herders with his blood. Okay, so I'm so thankful to my genetics, my own genetics from my forefathers, my mother, my father, their downline. I'm thankful to the Most High God for my spirit, the power that's in me, and my mind, that I'm a free thinker. I'm thankful that I like to create. I'm thankful that back when I was 8 years old, something told me when I saw my first dog, it was a fucking boxer. And then after that boxer, I saw a pit bull. And I was like, ooh, I want to make a dog. At 8 years old, like, what the fuck? At 8 years old, when you see your dog, you want to make one? That's what I thought when I seen those dogs. Ooh, I want to make me a dog. Now, here I am, 47, and I made a whole bunch of I made all kind of dogs, and I'm still going to make more in the future. Okay, still going to make more in the future. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that, because you know we talk these type of things, right? Zeus the Mal, big salute to your family. Oh hell yeah, Zeus! Of course we fuck with the bull herder, Zeus. Yeah, Zeus, you might be new to us, man. I don't think we ever seen Zeus on the channel. Have we ever seen him?
Nah.
Nah, he this is his first time. Zeus, man, go, man. If you get a chance, my brother, or if you're a female, no disrespect, go down our man, subscribe, right, and then go down all my lives, man. We done talked about bull herders many moons, multiple times. We done talked about. We did a modern dog marvels with the Belgian Malinois and the Dutch Shepherds. Yeah, man. Hey, you'll enjoy our classroom, bro. There's no other classroom like ours. You know what I mean? But hey, salute to you, Zeus. Welcome, brother. Yeah, I love the bull herder. I got a top tier, next level bull herder. I'm gonna cook up myself. But anyway, just wanted to show you guys this because I spoke on it, and I want to save face with you guys because I respect you guys. I don't want any of the naysayers to fucking make you think I'm them type niggas. that run my fucking mouth with nothing to show for it. I only get on here once a week because I want to share this platform with y'all and for us to elevate these dogs, us to really do it, not talk about it. We're not on here just talk. We're talking about what we're going to do and what we're doing. That's what we talk about over here. All right. So salute to you guys. I'm so glad that he posted that again because now 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 it's not coach. Oh, coach is capping. Oh, that nigga ain't never. Oh, homeboy over there at Garden State would never knew no bull herder. Cause that's what these fucking lame ass motherfuckers would say. Oh, he wouldn't do that. Why would he mix his game pit bulls with a Malinois? You know how these fools is. These motherfuckers is idiots. But let me keep on going, man. Let me digress. Let me remove that. Okay. So ready. I want to ask you first. And then chat, you guys participate too, because I want to break this down. Okay. What do we consider a freak of nature? Okay. If you've owned multiple dogs or you've studied multiple dogs, right? Hey, salute to you, Bill. Blue Line Terriers, big salute. So chat, ready? Y'all know dogs. Y'all have owned dogs. Y'all have had a chance to experience dogs, understand temperament, understand ability, understand on-off switch, understand smarts, all these things, okay, that we would classify and we would break down in our chart when we're looking at our prospects of what we would call a high performance working / competition dog. And I say high performance because this is the highest of the high level. That's how we think. We're not thinking just a performance dog. This dog can perform, it performs good enough. That's not what we're thinking about. That's not our expertise. Okay, so I don't want us to be basic in our thought process when we talk about working competition dogs. We have to think, blow your mind off the charts where it's like, yo, I ain't never seen this. I ain't never experienced that. And this has to be a once in a whatever generation, 10-year, 100-year, whatever it might be, because it's very hard for anybody to produce a freak of nature. Okay. That's why we love hybrid vigor so much. Okay. But I'm asking you guys, chat, to elaborate on this. Ready? I would love for you to, start it off. And then, how the coach do. I like to come in afterwards and give my little 3 cents if I can. But, break it down. Like I said, this is the highest level, ready? And think about everything that encompasses a high performance competition dog. So whatever you think of that's on your list, that dog has to excel that. So what would that definition be for you to say, damn, now, first of all, tell me what a great dog is, and then tell me what a freak of nature would be to you. Tell me a great dog first, because if it's high performance, it's got to be a great dog, not a good dog, a great dog. But go ahead, ready?
I say like a great dog would be like he got litters on the ground. They got some of them is like him, but not all of them is like him. He got a few, but yeah, he does. He listens. He obeys the rules. He got a couple of athletics in him. He could jump high gates. He could run around the block a couple times. He ain't like a super dog or nothing, but he could do a few. He got a few moves on him, and where he excels at might not be like in the field of like greyhounds and maybe gun dogs that's chasing after ducks and all that. He can do it, but I gotta focus more on him, like me and him out there in the field. That's what I think like a great dog is, but
Okay.
but
That makes
but a
sense.
freak of nature.
Uh-oh.
he's excelling at the highest performance ever. Like I didn't have to teach him none of the tricks that he already knew because he's not an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell him to sit. I could tell him to stay while I go. I could tell him to stay on the corner, maybe like halfway in between the street and the sidewalk while I run into the store that's like 2 blocks away. He ain't gonna bother nobody. He ain't trying to get at no dogs. And then I come back and he's still in the same spot.
Mm.
Yeah, he could fly around. He could dash around corners and do blocks and do all of that at a fast speed. And he's looking for me to when I tell him to do something else, or he just gonna keep doing it, never exhausted.
Mm-hmm. I like
He,
that.
he's throwing out crazy litters, and they all look like him, all of them, and they're trying to be like him too. But and then maybe he might throw out another freak, but
Uh-oh.
that's later down the line because we still using him because he's still doing major award winning feats
Right.
that no other dog has ever done. Now 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 they want him to be in the military. They like, let me get a litter from him. We want the whole litter. We want all of them. 'Cause they seeing what this dog is doing, what this dog is achieving.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A medal winning dog, a hero, a champion. He's everything. He's faithful. He's loyal. He excels in every test. Like, and they're like, damn, we never seen this before. They've seen it in their great dogs, but it was maybe 6, 7 minutes later. This
Mm.
dog's doing shit in 15 minutes ahead of schedule. Like,
Mm.
oh shit. And he's doing different things. Like they might have wanted you to do maybe 3 things on the list. This motherfucker's doing 15 things that you didn't even ask him to do, but he sees it and he wants to compete and do it at the highest level and finish it and excel.
Going an extra mile, so what you
The
say.
extra mile.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
A dog that sees a target and just demolishes it.
Yeah. Man. Yeah. Everything you said, A1. Hey, that
Yeah.
brother Acquisitive DeGen said some things too that's tapping into what you're saying. He said great dogs probably have 3 out of the 5 traits you want / looking for. Freaks of natures are a rare breed. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The freak of nature chat, okay, classroom supersedes what you could imagine. That's why you would call it a freak. Like what you was explaining, Reddy. You know what I'm saying? Like when you say freak, it blows your brain out. Like it like your thought process couldn't even fathom what you're seeing. It's like, yo, did you just do that? Yo, are you looking like that? Yo, like that's
Like,
what will make you describe a great dog compared to a freak. Because honestly, those of us who really do this at a high level, which what I mean by that is that we really have a program, we really dealing with top tier genetics, we really do have programs to where we fucking do different type of breeding combinations, and we're really experimenting in the lab, and we're able to test the dogs that we produce because we keep the majority of the litters, and then if we can't keep them all, we have them in our group of friends that we can monitor them, right? So then based off of what we're seeing and engaging, we can analyze and look at our previous stats of other litters based off of what we did in the past, or we look at our stats of the parents and grandparents, and we say, damn, these dogs are, they're as good or they're as great as the parents, which of course for us, that's honestly really all we should really be asking God for, honestly,
Yeah.
But the freak is that, like I said, it's almost like a once in a lifetime experience for us as dog men and dog women who really look at everything when it comes to your working competition dog. You really are analyzing everything. That's the only way you know if you have a freak of nature. Because you are that hard on your prospects. Okay? Your grade level is not average. Your grade level is not good. Your grade level is greatness only. So when they don't perform at that level, and let's say they're good, well, I mean, like we say, and I teach you guys this, and I want you guys to keep this, because we produce dogs here. It's not just competing with dogs. If the dog that performs good but not great has the genetics of the great dog, we don't throw him away. He just might not be a competition dog. We talk about that. We talk about that over here. But that good dog might be the great producer, and that great dog might be a good producer.
And he might be able to throw out that freak.
And might be able to throw out that freak. So because we believe in our genetics, okay, just because that good dog is not a great performer, he might be the greatest producer, and we don't throw our genetics in the trash until we test everything. That's what we do, okay? So don't get it twisted when we talk about our standards being of greatness. And, you hear a lot of people who don't really cook the way, they don't really cook the way real scientists and real engineers cook, dog engineers, right? They just, I'm going to do great with great. Well, like I said, that shit sounds good in theory. It sounds so fucking good in theory, but that's not how genetics work. We already know this is a genetic lottery, but we're talking about freaks of nature in the essence of the dog itself. Okay. Now, what you did, Reddy, you gave it the whole, you gave it the whole spectrum of fucking freak. You even made him a producer too, right?
Hell yeah.
Which will put that dog in the Hall of Fame in an all-around 360 category of freakishness, okay? But we've talked about the horses, and we talked about Secretariat and how he was a freak of nature, and how he was produced by outcross breeding, but he could never produce himself. And of course, when you have a freak of nature horse like a Secretariat, you want those genes to pass on, but because that freak of nature is a once in a blue moon, once in a few years, whatever it comes, it's just rare. For you to get those freaks to come back in the offspring is damn near Mission Impossible Tom Cruise, to be honest with you. So for that freak to produce its level is probably not going to happen. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys too before we still elaborate. We there's a lot more we can add to this, but I just I'm going off on a tangent, but I want you to follow this. Over here, because we're collectively thinking about how these freaks were produced, okay, because we know based off of what we studied that the furthest apart from the genetic pool creates the biggest explosion of hybrid vigor. That is the common denominator to freaks. So if we know this is the factor, then if we have a freak of nature program, we only doing hybrid vigor type breedings. over here. If we want freak of nature competition type athletes, not producers, but athletes. Okay. Now I digress on that. Okay. I digress on that. Now, what you was talking about, ready? A1. Okay. And I said, chat, chime in, whatever y'all think of freak of nature is, put it in the chat. I'll make sure I'll share it. But being that I've never experienced one, I've had good dogs. I would say this. I've had good dogs because I've never been able to test my dogs completely. The type of dogs that I produce, right?
Yeah.
So I would say the dogs that I've owned were good dogs. And, at that time in my program, that's good enough for me at the time. Now, over time, because I was cooking and doing different type of genetic mixes, and I bought different type dogs, different breeds, I started to see different things. Now my palate as a dog man, engineer has been broadened. Does that make sense, Reddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Because of my experiences with different dog types, breed types, different breed temperaments, different mentalities. Okay. Now I'm learning on the job, dealing with all these different type of dogs. It's not just only have one breed of dog and only one family of dog. And no, I've dealt with all kind of different dogs. And so that's taught me a lot on how I need to assess what a good dog is, what is a not so good dog, what's a shitty dog, what's a fucking dumb dog, what's a dog with no on-off switch, what's a dog with too much drive, not enough drive. All these things I've been able to witness. Okay. So because of all this collective data that I've gotten over the years of me doing dogs since 2005, breeding wise, okay, breeding dogs since 2005, okay, accumulating multiple dogs since 2005, okay, I've got a library of information. Does that make sense, Reddy?
Yeah.
Chad, I know that makes sense to y'all. Okay. So my knowledge of this shit is pretty extensive. Based off of my experience only. Okay? Experience. Now, freak of nature only came out of my mouth witnessing one in flesh, in real life. Okay? So, what made me realize that I just don't have another good dog? Okay? Now, because I speak on one dog in particular, I want to let you guys know why that label or that title came out of my mouth and I tagged it onto my dog, AK-47, Chopper. Okay. Now, when I purchased the dog, I only purchased him for the DNA. I didn't know what I was getting. I was buying a puppy. I was assuming what I would be able to do in my lab based off of his parents. Size of the mom, drive of the father. Already got top tier level driven pit bulls. Maximum prey drive, looks amazing, muscled out, structured out, great temperament. Kill, murder. All the shit I put in them dogs since 2005. I already knew what I had. All I needed AK for, like I've told y'all, I needed him for the size and I wanted him to complement the drive. That's all I wanted from him when I bought him. Okay? So my expectations is not high. I already got drive. I already got muscle. I already got structure. I got all that. I've been cooked that up. It's mine. AK, you're going to complement the drive that comes from your father, and you're going to give me that size and that height from your mama. Because I want to make bigger versions of my dogs. Remember, Reddy, I've been talking about that?
Yep.
Okay. And the reason why I'm getting that witness from you, Reddy, because you've been around since day one. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that when I asked Reddy this, Reddy been around before we had this classroom type shit. Okay. So he knows that I've been talking this type shit that I'm talking about in this classroom. So I'm just getting a witness. Like, you know how you be in church? Can I get a witness? That's how already is. Because he's been around this shit. So of course he ain't gonna be like, yeah, coach, you said that when I wasn't saying it. But I digress. Okay. So I get AK. And I wasn't impressed when I first seen him when I got him off the Boeing coming overseas. Because he looked like a goddamn fucking hound dog to me when I got him. Long, lanky. That's what he looked like. But I didn't give a fuck because I only wanted him for his size and his drive. Understand this? I got everything else. Give me that size and the drive. Long and lanky, cool. Long legs, great. I don't need nothing else. Drive, cool. You got some drive, cool. But what I learned when I got him is how focused and intense he was at a young age. Focused, like you can see it in the dog's eyes. I've had focused dogs, but I've never seen a dog with tunnel vision. What I mean by that is whatever he got his mind or his heart or his spirit into, you ain't breaking him off of it. Unbreakable. The focus is like, what the fuck? Like, whoa, nigga, what? Like, come on. So early bird, I'm just giving an example of, I want you guys to understand how I gauge a freak in nature because I've only experienced one. So earlier on, I was going to do protection work with AK, the Schützen type shit, all the shit, right? I bought the little class from, oh man, what's his brother's name, man? His last name is Hines or whatever, man. Y'all might know him or whatever, but I bought the little online class, do all the training and shit like that, bought all the equipment. The first thing I was doing with was obedience with AK. Heal, all the shit. Okay. Now, he was good at that. Cool. But what I was realizing early is that this dog is different when it comes to wanting to bite shit. Like, he always was focused, but now he got something that he want to focus on, which is him wanting to bite shit. When he tore down my fucking kennel setup, tore the roof down, jumped so high that he was jumping out. He didn't even jump out. He was just jumping so fucking high that he was jumping out of it. Even though he didn't jump and leap over it, his hops was so fucking crazy. His head and his body was over the kennel. Like, dude, you can literally just jump out of it without touching the kennel. When I started seeing stuff like that and him biting shit, tearing shit down, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do no bite work with him. That's what I said to myself. I was intimidated by the shit. Like, dude, do I want this dog to be biting me in his sleeve when he's tearing shit up and he's so focused? Like, yo, this dog's a little bit different. Yeah. Then you know how you flirt pole your dogs? I've done the flirt pole with all my dogs. Right? Put the little thing on it, flirt pole. You know, you play with them. Then, you get them to, let go of it. They'll let go. Man, I did that flirt pole probably 3 times. I tested it out 3 times, you guys. First time I did it with him, he was so crazy for it. Got it so quick. I couldn't even, as soon as I let it out my hand, he caught it. And then he wouldn't let it go. He wouldn't let it go. No matter what I did. And I got one of them metal bite sticks I bought from Ray Allen.
Yeah.
Okay. The metal ones, not the wood shit, the metal ones. I put that metal motherfucking bite stick in there, twist that motherfucker wasn't doing shit. That shit didn't hurt him not one bit. I'm over there crying that shit. What? Made him bite it harder. I'm like, okay, cool. Fuck, you got it. Okay, these are the things that I was like experiencing that I've never experienced with a dog. Okay, that I'm like, okay, well, this dog a little bit different. This dog a little bit. Oh, he's a little bit different. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. Then I'm working him now because I do the conditioning. Okay. And I'm working the shit out of this motherfucking dog, man. And there's no stopping him. He want more, more, more. How do you like it? More, more, more. How do you like it? And then when he breathes, I ain't never heard a dog breathe as good as AK. It's like a horse. You know how that horse got that long head with those big old nostrils? And when the horse lets all that fucking air out here,
Yep.
right?
Snorts. Yep.
AK, when he breathes, it's so clear. It's it just flows through. I never heard that shit before of a dog. Normally you hear a dog when they pet. You don't hear that from AK. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker breathes like these are the things that you know now you start to pay attention to because you ain't never seen it, you never heard it, you never experienced it, right? Then I found out that the boy loves bones. So then I started buying all kind of different cow bones, different type of bones, all the shit, y'all. And I'm just giving y'all my example of what a freaking nature is to me, because I'm experiencing it to this day. So, I give all my dogs bones. Everybody gets it. Everybody get it. You know what I mean? I got dogs that fuck with it, chew it up, do their thing. And you know what I mean? It's whatever, right? I've been fucking with the bones and shit like that with dogs. Whatever. Here you go. All kind of bones. Here you go. Enjoy it. Man, I get this boy, AK, a bone, and that motherfucker get it and crunch them shits up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? How are you destroying bones that fucking fast? And then he loved them bones so much that I can just like have one in my hand and he'd be so focused and I throw it so fast, he catch it so fast like Bruce Lee, like Daniel, like Mr. Miyagi with the fly. So now I'm like seeing his fast twitch muscles that I've had other dogs that got some good fast twitch muscles. I've had them. So I'm used to seeing that, but not like this motherfucker. Not like AK. Then the energy that comes from the dog. The energy. Because see, I'm an energy guy. I'm a spiritual man. I'm spiritual. Spiritual man. Dogs are spiritual. Okay. The energy that comes from him is intense. You ever hear of anybody talk about intense dogs?
Yeah.
If you ever been around one, you would know what I'm talking about. But if you ever felt an intense dog, but times 100, to where his intensity intimidates you, and I'll never let him know that because I already know. I mean, shit, he's testing me at the same time I'm testing him. If I scary, he gonna tell he gonna do a little bit of extra credit to kind of let me know, hey, you scared of me, so I'm gonna go and do what the fuck I want to do. So I would never let him see me sweat. But I've always told you guys that AK is a dog that I'm intimidated by because I know that he could do damage if he wanted to. And I could not manhandle that motherfucking dog. The dog too strong and too fast. You're not manhandling that dog. I don't give a fuck who you are. The dog is too strong, too fast. Mouth too big. Jaws too strong. One bite. I seen what he does to bones. If he just bit my fucking arm once, he'll crush it. One time. Crush. Ain't no fucking, you just get some puncture wounds. No, it's crush. Bone, compound fracture type shit. Compound fracture. So me knowing this about AK, I'm doing my notes. I'm like, this ain't average. This ain't great. This is extreme. This dog is fast. No, but this dog is faster than fast. This dog got stamina. No, this dog I can't fucking tire the dog out. This dog is strong. No, this dog is super strong. No, this dog can jump. No, this dog is jumping out. He has so much hops, he can jump up and he can clear out the kennel, jumping up with a vertical. So now I got to classify this dog differently than any dog I've ever classified before because I'm seeing things that just baffle me. I've dealt with all type of different temperament dogs. I deal with alpha dogs, all kind, all type of fucking frequencies. What I mean by that is, intensities, energy wise.
Yeah.
I deal with all of them, all types. But I've always felt a level, okay, if it got down to it, even though I might get bit down, I'll be able to overpower this dog. I can say that about every dog that I own besides, and I've owned besides AK. When you have other, and this is another thing too, this is another thing that you got to do too to confirm it. Because a lot of times, as dog men and dog women, if it's our own dogs, sometimes we like to, blow smoke up our own asses and shit. It happens. You know how I confirm it for me? I got my family who come over. I got my friends who come over. I got other dog men who come over. And guess what they say? They say all the same things. My dad, who is not a dog man, I got two dads, okay? Got my stepdad, I call him a real dad. Got a biological father, which is my real dad. Both of my dads, but I'm going to talk about my stepdad. He's not really into dogs, okay? But he likes my setup. He respects what I do with dogs because, I do shit at a high level. I got some unique tier type dogs. When he went to go and do his little tour on his own, and he was over there by AK for a minute, and he came back, and he was like, Coach. He was like, Coach. Well, my dad's called me Coach. He's like, Coach. That boy AK, that motherfucker is something else. Like, I was mesmerized by that dog. Like, that dog is wow. Like, he was blown away by freaking AK and the shit he was doing. Because if you have ever been to my yard and you went by AK will show out in front of your ass. He'll grab that fucking bone, put it in his mouth, and he'll be jumping out of that motherfucker going crazy. And have you like, what the fuck is this dog doing? He'll blow your mind. Freakish athleticism. Intensity, like you see it, you can see it, you can feel the aura, the power of the dog. You feel it when you see it in the present. You're like, oh my God, oh that ain't no regular shit, Coach. Coach, that's a regular dog, Coach. That when you know that dog ain't regular in its look, in its ability, in its performance, in his thought process, in his willingness to take it to the limit. If that dog wants something, you're not stopping it. You're not going to stop it, bro. You have to, you know what? If that dog really wanted to do something, you got to put it down. You're not stopping that dog. And that's why I've always told you too, in my scenario with AK, I never triggered his prey drive. Remember me talking about that, Reddy?
Yep. Maybe that was for the best.
No, that was deliberately, Reddy. I did it knowingly. I did it on purpose because I don't want to have to. I can't break him up out of a fight. I can't do it. You're not doing it, bro. You're not going to get in between that by myself and break that shit up. It's not happening, man. That dog's too strong, man. Too strong. And his mind is determined to take it to the max.
Yeah.
And I learned that from doing the flirt pole. That taught me enough. Like, bro, you're not gonna give me that. Oh, let me get my brake stick. Oh, I got this Ray Allen brake stick. Watch my, I'm gonna get that shit. I'm gonna break that shit. But now twisting that motherfucker, twisting that bitch. Gums is getting bloody. That motherfucker ain't budging. Not budging one bit. Not crying, not wincing. He biting harder. I'm like, oh no, you different, bro. You a little bit different, dude. All right, you can have it. Then when I let it go, then he let it go. Ain't that some shit?
Yep.
I let him have it. He go walk off with it. He drop it. Then he's cool. Like, dude, what you just? But it's the fact that I was taking it from him. Okay, I was taking it from him. Yes, hey, Richard Hines. Yes, Inquisitive Dejin. Salute to you. Yep, Richard Hines. Yes, sir. I bought his course. Okay, I bought his course. He had like, I think it's like a yearly subscription of like $500 a year. I think it was. Yeah, and I was training AK on that shit too. And like I said, I stopped. I had to stop because that fool, his bite power was too much. I seen how much he was just like he has a bite fetish. I'm like, dog, I can't be teaching this dog it's okay to bite shit. He already love to bite shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid. That's irresponsible of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be sicking him on nobody. And then if I teach him it's okay, then what if he want to bite somebody? Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to think about that. Like, if a dog like him bites somebody, that's not a regular bite. That's you're probably gonna be mangled. You're gonna need some pins in your leg if he bites your fucking leg. You're gonna need some, you're gonna get a compound fracture. If he bites you in that fucking soft part in your top part of your arm, he's probably gonna fucking break an artery, bust an artery.
Yeah.
He's crushing all that shit. He's crushing all that. That ain't
super
shit.
liability right there.
Man, that's a wrap, man. Hang it up. I gotta hang it up, man. Nah, man. So when I saw that chat, when I saw that early, when I was training him, when I was seeing what he was doing to Bones and how he was tearing down fucking kennels and all kind of shit, and how I was working him, I can't tire the motherfucker. He don't get tired. I seen how fast he was, how focused the dog was. Like, yo, this ain't a regular fucking dog, bro. He not regular, man. So then I'm like, yo, this gotta be a freak.
Yeah. He's a freak, definitely. Especially with the way he looks when you condition him. That's different shit right there. That's like a dinosaur. He looks like a dinosaur.
That's like a dinosaur. If a dog was a dinosaur, that'd be AK.
Yeah.
That'd be AK. If a dog was a dinosaur, that'd be AK. You know what I'm saying? But see, I didn't know I was getting that. I'm sure that Simon, who was the breeder, if he would have known that AK would have turned out the way he was, I would not own AK. But nobody knows what a freak would be as a puppy. Nobody. Okay? You can say this puppy right here at 8 weeks is going to be a freak. It don't work that way. Sorry.
He was trying to get you to get the black joint.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah. I mean, he thought he was doing me a favor too when he was doing that too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, get these. The black ones is popular. They're going to, you know what I mean? You want to get the black one, man. Like, I don't buy dogs from color, my brother. I appreciate it though, but I don't buy dogs for color. I can care less what color they are. You know what I mean? I just need, like I told you, I just need the longest, tallest one. And that was AK. He was the longest, lankiest, tallest one. That's all I wanted from him in the drive. He showed me the drive. Oh, he got a drive? Cool. And he's tall and lanky. Give me him. And that's all I wanted. But as fate has it, as God has blessed me with my first ever out of the many different dogs that I've owned and bred and produced and all that shit, I've only had one. Never even called a dog ready or chat a freak. Never. I just said, hey, I got good dogs.
So none of those other dogs had the hybrid vigor?
Not to the level of freak.
Mm.
Think about it. When we talk about hybrid vigor and a successful hybrid vigor production, it is just on a level that's greater than the parents.
Okay, yeah.
Then you achieved hybrid vigor, in my opinion. Okay. So if I had great parents, and I produced great offspring, that to me is hybrid vigor.
Mm.
To me. But I've never experienced an animal that blew my mind in its look and performance, and not only that, intimidated me with its power. The power of the dog, the intensity, the focus, the fact that the dog has a bite fetish. I've never allowed him to bite me, ever. So because he likes to bite, oh, he's very nippy. But because I never allowed him to bite me on a sleeve or anything else, he knows that if he wants to get petted, I won't pet him if he's nipping.
Mm-hmm.
I go in there and I clean his kennel out. He wants me to pet him. He likes it when I'm rubbing his ears. He likes my attention, but he's very intense. And he always want to put his mouth on you because that's what he likes. He likes to bite. But as soon as he start doing that, ready, I put my hand up. I like, nope, I ain't gonna pet you. Then he looks at me like I'm crazy, like, oh, you're gonna pet me? Then I put my hand down, he starts to nip. I'm like, nope. He looks at me like, oh, you're not gonna pet me? And then I put my hand down slowly. And then he looks at me in my eyes and he sees my hand, and then I pet him, and he lets me pet him. Okay, that's how serious that dog is. You not gonna just go over there and be like, okay, nonchalant, and go in that dog's kennel and think that dog ain't gonna put his mouth on you. Now he doing it playing with me.
Yeah.
He's playing with me because he knows that, I'm his daddy. So he's not trying to hurt me, but I mean, fuck, any nip don't feel good.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, I don't play that shit. I don't give a fuck if you nip me or not. You're not putting your mouth on me. I don't care. And so that's how I keep him in check. But I'm aware of this every time I deal with him. There's no slacking and nonchalant attitude when you're dealing with that dog. That dog is not that type of dog to be played with. And he's not ferocious too. He just like to bite shit.
Yeah.
And you got to know your dogs. You got to know your dog's temperament. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand your dog's temperament and how it's thinking, and you might think you're like, oh, this dog just a man biter. No, that dog just has a bite fetish. And because of this, you deal with that dog that has a bite fetish accordingly. I don't let anybody go in there and fuck with AK. You're not going, you can look at him, but I'm not going to say, hey, go pull AK out of his kennel, because sorry, you're not. He's going to tell that you're afraid of him, and then he's going to put his mouth on you.
Yeah.
Just who he is. And he's not a ferocious, mean dog. He's just a very serious dog that loves to bite shit. And he bites at the highest level. So now I say to myself, damn, if I take him to the Kangal, imagine that bite force.
See?
Now we in the lab talking now.
But does Snow White like to bite shit?
No. But see, the Kangal is different, man. The Kangal, like I was saying, the Kangal is very chill.
Yeah.
Like, she just lays around until there's a threat. That's her personality. If I come down there, whenever I come down to do the kennels and feed everybody, do that stuff, she's going to be laying down. All the other dogs are going to be going crazy. She's just laying down. She's not barking nothing. That's how she is. She'll be in her little igloo while everybody's going crazy. She know I'm coming, but that's just who she is. But then when I come in there, she'll greet me. She won't bark. Real subtle. Greet me. She likes to get petted, likes to get her ears rubbed. I feed her. That's it. She don't make no noise. But let her hear something else. That's what I'm saying. Let her hear something outside of the pack. Watch that motherfucker go crazy. That's the only time that bitch get rowdy. But she don't bite shit. I put bones in there. Every now and then she'll chomp on it, but she ain't destroying it like AK.
Yeah.
So I think with the Kangal's temperament, because they're a guardian breed, they're only focused on outside threat. Other than that, they just chill. I mean, because they're sheepdogs, right? So they just live with the sheep. That's how I see them. They're not on no extra credit trying to chase shit down. At least that's what I see with mine. But do she got a long ass mouth? Yeah. Do she got big ass fucking wolf teeth? Yeah. Could she do damage if she wanted to? I'm pretty sure. But does she have a bite fetish like AK? Nah. Nah. Now watch this. With the Kangals and how they're bred, I'm sure the breeder that I got mine from does a lot of line breeding and inbreeding. Are you going to get freaks of natures doing it that way? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Now, if he was into freaks like we are, he would probably buy some different stud semens from all over Turkey that's not related to his, so that he can create those ones that be on that extra credit shit.
Yeah.
That's what he would do if he was into that. Now, because I bumped my head on an AK, because I've always been doing outcross type breedings and line breedings, but a lot more outcrosses than any type of other breedings. Okay. I've always bumped my head on good dogs. Good dogs. But now I understand the value of these outcrosses and the right outcrosses. And now that I'm doing different breeds, right? Now I'm starting to see it because I've owned a freak and I can gauge what a freak is because this is my first freak of nature. Now I have these Formula One bulldogs that came off of Tigris. And I have two that have the temperament of a freak and the athletic ability of a freak. But then I have one out of the two that reminds me a lot of AK as far as like a complete freak. I've told y'all about him a few times. The one that always biting and always, always doing a little. I gotta deal with him very similarly to how I dealt with AK. Very, very, very similar. And not only that, his phenotype is freakish. Yeah. Freak, body type, muscle, head. He's a bulldog with no underbite.
Oh,
that's some crazy shit too. You know how the bulldogs had the underbites?
Yeah.
He don't have. He got a regular scissor bite.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is crazy. Like, how the fuck you get a scissor bite, motherfucker? Crazy, right? You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So I understand what a freak of nature looks like. Now I got a gauge of it. Now it's in my notes. Now when I'm assessing my dogs, I can understand a good dog, not so good dog, okay dog, right? Because that's what we do as engineers. We got to assess our animals. You should understand what those assessments are and what they look like in your animals. You should. I do. So now I know what a freak look like. Now I'm looking at dogs at all levels. I'm grading them at every level. Like, okay, you're a good dog. Okay, you're a great dog. Okay, you're an okay dog. Okay, you're not so good dog. Okay, well, damn, you might be kind of low-key freak. Or damn, shit, you're a freak. So now I'm seeing I might have another one. Might have two, but definitely might have another one with my Formula One Bulldog because I mean, bro, this boy is shit. He doing a lot of things that will blow your mind, and he's only what 7-8 months. Doing a lot of things that's like blow your mind. Like, yo, I think he doing that that at that age. So
Damn.
yeah, I mean, it's something that is few and far between. But if you experience it once, you'll always be looking for it. And 9 times out of 10, you will never probably see it again.
Damn. So you ain't seeing it in none of AK's kids? Like Black Hawk and shit?
I don't see AK's level of freak. I see similarities in their drive. Now, watch this. I can't fully test what Black Hawk truly is.
Mm-hmm.
Because Black Hawk's ability genetically is a step up from AK's ability genetically. And what I mean by this is that Black Hawk got the Jason Voorhees in him.
Mm-hmm.
And he got AK's speed, AK's drive, and AK's ability. So if I allow AK to be on that Jason Voorhees, right? And now I'm measuring who is the ultimate Jason Voorhees, right? Murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. Based off of Black Hawk's genetics, it would probably be Black Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Because who Black Hawk's mother is. Now, Chopper the Man Stopper is a man stopper version of AK. If I did train AK to be a man stopper, which I was going to do, but I reneged on it because I didn't want the liability and his bite force would be way too much.
Yeah.
Okay. I bred Chopper the Man Stopper to be that. So not only does he have his daddy in him, but he got the Neapolitan Mastiff in him. He's got the German Boxer in him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the American Bulldog in him. He's got a lot of different other pieces to the genetic puzzle that AK don't. So if I was testing these things, AK's Man Stopper ability with Chopper the Man Stopper, based off of Chopper the Man Stopper's genetic profile, he should do better at man stopping than AK.
Right.
So, based off of what they're showing me naturally, they're very similar to AK.
Mm.
Very, very, very similar. Like very, as far as like their temperament and their athleticism and speed and intensity. Very, 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 like you could tell they're their father's sons, right?
Mm-hmm.
AK's intensity is his is even greater than theirs. Theirs is there. Like I said, if I pet them and shit like that, they're not trying to bite me and shit. They don't intimidate me. They're more subtle in their intenseness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
AK is fucking a live wire. If you like you always got to be on your P's and Q's. You're not gonna go in there just lottie-dottie. I don't go in that motherfucker lottie-dottie. I do not go in the AK. I'm serious.
I feel you. No, I feel you.
I'm being honest with y'all. I don't go into his kennel, just opening it up and just walk in. When I open it up, he's meeting me at the door. He's looking at me like he want to bite me. Not bite me for real, but he doesn't want to play. But he want to put his mouth on you. Like type shit. So I gotta go in there and just be like, get down. Okay, get down. Down. I'm not gonna come in there, you get down. Get your fucking bone. Get your bone. Then he look at me. He knows he wants me to come in. He look at me, then he go gets his bone. Once he gets his bone, then I go in. Because then he got some in his mouth. It's like a pacifier.
Yeah.
He don't have nothing in his mouth. I'm not going in there because he wanna nibble at me.
Yeah.
And like I said, y'all, it's not no like vicious type. That's how he play. He like to bite shit. So he want to play and he like to put his mouth on you. But the way he bite is not no soft ass bite. His play bite is gonna put some pressure on your shit. He just ain't gonna put his mouth on you. You know how dogs put their mouth on you, but don't put no pressure on it. That's not AK. He's gonna put his mouth on you and give you a little nip. He gonna put a little vice grip on you. You're like, motherfucker, you gotta do that. No, hell no. I ain't going in there. Nope. Then he's like, okay, I want you to come in. He get his bone. Boom, I go in there, do what I do. But they don't do that, Ready. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not trying to put their mouth on me.
Yeah.
So they not on AK's level, man. They not on nah. AK's like Secretariat, man, but he produces. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be the freak and they might be great. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're great dogs. And if we were testing them, then that's where I would say, okay, well, let's put them to the test. I can't do that. Only way I can do that is if I put them in that arena of man stopping and we're doing that PSA, the KMPV type shit. Then we can test them. I haven't got to that level where I'm training and I got that type of time. I'm not there yet.
Right.
So only thing I'm basing my shit off of is just their natural essence of who they are as a dog and what I've seen other dogs do and what I know that they can do that intimidates me. It makes me to say, okay, I'm not putting on that fucking sleeve and letting AK bite me. You know,
I hear you.
You know. So you know that. So you know how I used to have that little sleeve hanging off my little spring pole. I let AK hang on and bite on and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, he destroys that shit.
So
it's like you put your arm in the middle of that.
Yeah, that shit's done.
Yeah, you're gonna be bruised up real heavy. He's probably gonna fucking put some damn impression marks if he's not puncturing it, because he punctures that one that I got. He bites right through that motherfucker. But now he ain't got really his teeth done. He done broke most of his teeth anyway because he bites shit so much. So, but you're gonna feel that pressure where he's probably gonna inflict major pain to the point where he's gonna fucking cause heavy bruising. And you know, for a dog who won't let go,
yeah,
I don't know if it's worth it for him to be biting you. You know, so I can't put them in the category. I'm matter of fact, Ready. I'm not going to put them in the category of their father. Their father is a dog that blows my mind, not only in his ability, but in his looks. Like every day, I go and I take care of him. Every day I look at him and I'm in awe. There's not a day that I go and I take care of my dog and I'm not in awe. When I see him, I'm like, I can imagine what an AK Malinois looks like when I see him. I can imagine what an AK Kangal looks like when I see him every time. And it awes me. And anybody who's come on my yard, when they see AK, they're in awe. So that's not just me telling y'all, oh, my dog is awe. No, that's anybody who come in my yard, even my daddy who's not even a dog person, is in awe. And he's got to go and see him every time. And he tells me like, oh, bro, man, oh, that dog AK, man. Oh, man, he is something else. That dog is oh, my God, he is something else. Yeah, he is something else, all right. So for me, that's where I can define what a freak of nature is. The body type got to blow your mind too. Structure, angulation, bone type, head type, mouth, eyes,
muscle.
Everything, rears, shoulders, necks, all these things need to be like baffling you, man. Needs to be baffling you when you see the dog. Like, damn it, man, that structure. Oh, that bone type. I'm used to this type of bone type, but damn, this bone type is different than what I've ever had on a. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be assessing your dogs completely. Now, for performance, that is, because we're not talking about no show dogs. Okay, we're talking about dogs that are built to perform or compete at the highest level. Rib cage, how the rib cage is set. Okay, how they breathe, how they recover when you work them to death.
Mm-hmm.
Not literally now, okay? You guys don't do
Yeah,
that literally, okay? Make sure you have a limit, but you actually try to take your dog to a limit, right? You try to test their stamina. Like I said, I condition dogs, so I test my dogs, but you don't want to work them to death. But when you put them to that point of stress and the dog want more, how do you like it? Not how do they like it, but how do you like it? I want more. You like, damn it, I'm done. That's too much. It's too much. I take the 3 tires, and I tried it with all my other dogs. They wasn't trying to, the 3 tires, it was too much for them. I take the 3 tires, tie the 3 tires up with the weight harness on AK, and I make them run a little bit. I make them run the first time with it, one time around my training area, and then I make them walk the next 2. He do the whole thing. I could tell he's fucking fatigued, but he gonna finish it.
yeah.
He gonna finish that motherfucker. And guess what that breathing sound like when he's done? No foam out the mouth. No. It's. I'm like, oh my God. That's getting all that oxygen, all that blood flow is pumping. Oh man, that's why he want more. He ain't tired. So again, what is a freak of nature? You guys got to think about it. What is a freak of nature? It's a lot of things, you guys. But see, you got to create the levels that you want to see in your dogs. You got to create the standards for you to understand what a freak of nature is. Because my definition might not be your definition. Yours might even be higher than mine's, or your standard might be lower, which I mean, that's to each their own.
Shit, I used to think a freak of nature was the biggest dog in the litter. That's what I used to think they were. Like when you have a litter of dogs, and then one, one of them joints be like mad big. You be like, holy shit, that's a freak of nature.
Yeah, but see, what you was thinking back in those days, and a lot of us probably was thinking when we was rookies and when it came to performance dogs, is that we're thinking about a dog's looks.
Yeah.
Okay. But we're talking about over here now, we're talking about a complete dog. You know what I'm saying, Reddy? It's a whole different league where we at now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The dog has to, his body has to be functional, right?
Right.
You can't have that biggest dog, but it's the slowest fucking, slow reflexes and shit. We don't want that big ass slow motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You can have that big, slow, sloppy motherfucker. That's not gonna do us no good for competition and work. So our mentality is different now, because a lot of people used to think that shit too. And it depends on what arena that you in, right? So if you into show dogs and you want wow factor like the bullies and shit, you might want them to be big and 180, 200 pounders and shit like that, with a 32-inch head and shit. You might want all that because that's all wow factor the way it looks. But for us, your dog has to be a complete athlete. You know what I mean? Like the biggest dogs is not going to be the most complete athlete.
Nah, that's real. You know what I saw? I seen this thing. I think it was at Bull Vision, and this this dude came with the thing to test the jaw pressure, and there was a small ass dog that had the biggest jaw pressure out of all of the dogs.
Now, what? Now, how was his mouth set? Was it a shorter muzzle? Do you know? Was it a long? Was it a, what breed was it? What?
I think it was a bull herder, but it
Okay.
was it was small, real small, a small female, and that joint had like the highest jaw pressure, the highest out of all them other dogs that was there.
Now watch this, ready. This is what you will learn over time when you start dealing with your dogs, right? Remember how we talked about how you can create the DNA profile of the dog, body type, the temperament profile and all that, but we can't create the spirit.
Yep.
Okay. Whatever's in that dog's spirit is the drive of that dog's bite.
Yeah, I hear you.
So even though that dog might be small, right? It's like how people judge puppies, like we're talking about. And
Yeah.
you discontinue to runt, but then that runt turns out to be the ultimate performer and the most top tier working dog ever is the runt.
Yep.
The spirit of that animal is something that has to be developed, just like your child, just like us as men and women. Okay, we have to be developed
Yep.
mentally and spiritually. So depending on how you develop that dog or its natural ability, right? Some dogs are naturally gifted like an AK. But if I have a naturally gifted dog that has it in him or in her, and I find her switch and she wants to give it her all, now like you said, that little ass dog can be the hardest biting dog out of all of them.
Hell yeah.
And that plays, you know what I'm saying? Like that plays, especially when you've had a chance to, like I said, keep whole litters. When you have a chance to actually, not pick dogs as puppies and you let them develop and you let the best one win when they're mature, you're like, damn, I never even thought. It will blow your mind to see the ones who actually come out to be the best working dogs. It'll blow your mind because 9 times out of 10, it'll be the one that you didn't pick.
That you ain't picked, yeah. Like I was about to toss him out.
Yeah, it really be like that. You know what I'm saying? And then once you know it's like that, you're okay with it. You're okay with, developing your animals. You're okay with not judging a dog by its cover. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You'd be okay with it. Because it takes time. It takes time for you to develop. That's why I love to just, like with football. I love football. I love the dynamics of it. I love the game. I love the camaraderie. I love the training. I love everything about it, right? From
Right.
when you start them out as from flag football all the way to the pros. Okay. From the beginning, it's a development. Even when you're in the pros, you're still developing.
Yeah.
Just because you make it in the league don't mean it stops there.
Hell no.
So me understanding this when you're dealing with top tier athletes who compete, okay, you as a trainer or you as a dog man or dog woman have to always be working with your dog's development. I don't care how talented the genetics tell you they are. Because there's going to be somebody who has a dog with less talent in the genetics, but better work ethic than you that will smack the shit out of you in a performance in your dog.
That's facts.
With a lesser talented dog.
Yeah.
But they put the time in. They work the spirit. Those shockers, like you said, that little ass dog is biting the hardest, but it's like, damn it, but you don't know what that owner has been doing with that dog.
Right.
The work that they've been putting in, with that dog to make it bite hard. You know what I mean? You might not know that dog has a bite fetish. You know what I'm saying? Now, I bet you Black Hawk can probably bite as hard as AK, maybe even harder. And this is the reason why. So you know how AK crushes bones?
Yeah.
So think about us in the gym, right? and you're dealing with resistance, something that could push back, right? AK is just crushing shit. It's giving in. It ain't pushing back. Blackhawk don't care about bones. You know what he likes? He like those Kongs, those thick ass
Oh
Kong.
yeah, yeah,
I give him the black ones, which is the heavy duty ones. Those are the ones that's supposed to be indestructible, but he destroys them. You know what he does all day with those? He just bites them and bites them. You know, you see his cheek, he got them big ass muscles in his goddamn cheeks. Because you know why? He's getting the resistance. Biting that shit, biting it all day, and he destroys them.
So he working out the muscles in his jaws
right,
all day.
Right. And you can see the definition in his face. So imagine that dog biting you, that all he do is work and he's getting the resistance in his jaw muscles every fucking day. When he's not biting that and he bites something that's going to give way, that's nothing. There's no resistance, right? The dog is used to resistance in his jaws. So when he's biting and there's no resistance, but it's giving way, that's finish him. That's that Mortal Kombat finish him.
Yep.
It's done data. He's not getting resistance. So me understanding that, me being a conditioner, understanding resistance and how that works with muscle, me knowing that AK has a bite fetish, passed it down to Blackhawk, but Blackhawk don't like bones. He like shit that gives him resistance because he likes to work on it. AK likes to crush shit, you know? So now I'm like, well, damn it. If I put Blackhawk into a bite scenario, pressure wise versus AK, would AK win or would Black? I might have to bet on Blackhawk. Ready?
Yeah.
That's
the dude I was talking about, Rogue One K9.
Okay, there you go, Inquisitive Dejin.
Yeah.
Ready put me on to him a while ago. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of things that vary. You know what I'm saying? Is you know, like we talk about those variances.
Yep.
And being that we're scientists and we're engineers, we got to look at all the variances. We're not one track minded in anything that we think about when it comes to our data on these dogs. We got to put every test into a perspective so that we can understand it. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, we can gauge the dogs accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And so, but hopefully in the future, you know, now that I'm moving in this direction with my dogs, right? You know, I really want to do all the tests. I really want to have it to where, you know, I can test it all.
Yeah.
So I can really get some real life data. And then I can really have a real true comparison chart. You know, I want it that way. You know, I that is my goal, is to get it that way. You know what I'm saying? On that level. But it's like, I'm never going to be in a situation where I want my dogs killing shit.
Yeah.
And I know that that's in their DNA heavy. And so I you know, even when we do man work, you know, the only way I can see that playing out is if, you know, they got them trained for that type of shit in the military. And I think more or less in the military is more, you know, apprehension type, you know, go give the, you know, give the enemy, the op, a distraction, and we come in and fucking annihilate them. I think that's more or less what they use the dogs for. They're not using the dogs to kill the op. You know what I mean? It's more apprehend or distract so we can come
Search and destroy and some shit.
Yeah.
Search and find. Search and rescue.
Yes. So that's how I see, you know, even if my dog's going into a military background, they're not going in there for the neck bite. And
but they'll have the skills to do it.
I mean, they'll be, put it this way. If I do it the way I want to do it, not if, but when, you know, they're going to be, you know, like the kamikaze, the Japanese warrior, the kamikazes who went in their suicide mission. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be going there, no fear. They love to bite. wherever you send them, they going in, regardless if the guns are shooting, knives are stabbing.
Yeah, they're
And he is
jumping out the helicopter into
they
the
ready.
water. They're
Done.
doing all that shit.
Done. You know what I'm saying? Honorable death, Purple Heart, Gold Star. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know they will be with all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I can produce that and continue to produce it. But this is the art that we as dogman engineers need to practice, understand, and apply, which is the only way to get these freaks is you got to do these hybrid vigor type breedings, man. I mean, them F1s, that's the only way I see a freak coming. You can get great dogs with the other ones now, and that's good enough. Okay, remember, good and great dogs are good enough. So, just because we experience freaks and you might like, oh man, I'm not going to stop until I produce another one, and you don't, but you still produce good and great dogs, you still have a successful program, you guys. Don't hold that over yourself, because you might not ever accomplish it again if you ever do accomplish it once. Because we've learned that through the horses. We've learned that studying horses, thoroughbred horses. We learned that. They have yet to produce another Secretariat. Imagine if that was your life ready. Imagine if that was your life's purpose, to produce one and you never did. You probably want to fucking kill yourself. If you was that focused on it, like, oh my God, my greatness I never achieved. I'm not worthy. Let's say if you're that obsessed, because some people are very obsessed.
Yeah.
When it comes to that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to say they're going to take it to that extreme. So, I do apologize for speaking it like that. But, some people really take it that serious. You know what I'm saying?
It's real like that.
And may never live to see it ever happen again. So, the level of a freak is like I said, it's Tom Cruise. It's Mission Impossible. But every now and then, every once in a blue moon, every once in 100 years, 10 years, whatever, God will bless us as mankind with something that blows our fucking finite minds to show us what a freak of God's nature is. And I am blessed, even though I have not produced it, I am blessed to own one in my lifetime. And what you said, Reddy, when you was breaking down the complete freak, the motherfucker produces himself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not on his level of freakness, but on his level of greatness. I see it. And I don't own all the dogs that I produce off him. So somebody might have one.
Yep.
That I don't even know. Somebody really might have one of those dogs that is a freak. But, with what I have right now, they're great dogs, but like I said, they're AK's offspring, but they're not AK. They're still not AK. I'm amazed by them boys, but
they got the title of greatness with them though.
They're definitely top tier, and they're still young, but they're definitely top tier dogs for sure.
But you ain't breed them yet, right?
I haven't bred them yet, no. But we're just talking about if you came to my yard and you saw AK,
the level of intensity,
and you saw Black Hawk, right? And then you saw Chopper the Man Stopper, and then you admire all three dogs, but then I pretty much guarantee, even though you like all three dogs, AK would be the one who will leave the lasting impression on you. Because guess what? They not jumping out the gym like AK. They're not as intense as AK, and they're not as big as AK. They're AK though. but they're not AK.
Yeah,
That's
I
what,
hear what you're saying.
yeah, like that's what we'll like. Like I said, if you an engineer, which I know you guys are, because that's what we are, we assessing all that. You know what I'm saying? Like we just not talking about it. We got our fucking, we got our fucking our notepads and shit out. We got our stats out. We like, okay, this is AK, this is Black Hawk. So we like looking at that shit like, damn, they good. Like, oh damn, coach, they're great, but damn, they still not AK. That's what we're gonna say. They still not AK though. Fuck, shit. We close, but nah. Now, if I saw them doing what AK does, but doing it better, like if
Yeah,
let's say Black Hawk was jumping like AK, but he was doing it even more vicious, even more intense. I'm like, oh my god, oh shit. Or if he was biting me like AK, and I gotta fucking go in there cautiously. I'm like, oh shit, you down there? You doing that same? You like, what I mean? If he had the size similar, even though he got some size on him, but he don't have the size. He's not AK size.
yeah,
So that's how you gotta assess y'all's dogs. You feel me? You gotta. That's how I assess mine, because I have a level now. I have a leveler. That's AK. If they're not matching that level, then I gotta grade them accordingly.
yeah.
So I will put them in a level of greatness, like you would say, because they are great dogs, but they are not freaks. You know what I mean? Like they're not like once in a lifetime dogs. They're not that.
Mm.
And I can say that, and it's my production. I can say that. Like I didn't produce AK, but his sons are not, they're quality dogs, but they're not freaks.
Yeah.
I can be honest with y'all and say that. But I watch this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to produce a freak when I cross him with a Malinois or a fucking Kangal. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a dog out of those crosses that will blow AK and the Malinois out the water. I'm pretty sure that there will be a fucking super duper atomic Kangal that comes out of a AK-47 Kangal. Because if the Kangal is chill in temperament because they're sheep livestock guardians, but they go out there and defend ferociously, imagine one with prey drive.
Yeah. That joint's chasing that shit down till it gets it.
Till it get it's a point of no return. They're not just ending and then that's it. They're not curring out they're going to the end, and whether they live or die, they're gonna take it out. They're going that far. And so imagine the speed, imagine the fast twitch muscle, imagine the bite force, imagine the vigor. I mean, it's just beyond. It's beyond my imagination.
It's a lot of vigor.
Bro, that's super vigor. Okay. And being that we know that that's how we're going to accomplish that level of vigor, because they come from two different sides of a genetic spectrum, and they come from top tier working level type genetics. You taking those two type genetics together from different genetic backgrounds, and we know by learning that the more variety, the more variance, the more different the genetic platforms of both breeds are, the more explosive the vigor is. I mean, come on, man. What more can I say? What more can we do?
Shit.
Hey, that's a good question. The council. He said, what do you say AR strong points is, coach? Now, AR is man, how do I describe this guy, man? AR is a very AR-15. He's very clever. What I mean by clever is He's a thinking dog. He's very confident in who he is. He's very fast. Faster than an AK. Like speed. Fast. Not as intense. More of a even temperament, right? What I mean by that is he can chill and he can turn up. He's not always on go, 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 go. However, he has extreme prey drive. Gets it from his mama. I've never owned his daddy. Maybe his daddy had that too. Red Bull. But I know his mama has that prey drive. And he's an asshole. What I mean by that, he's going to test you. He's an alpha by nature. He's going to test you. He gonna test you. He gonna test you. He gonna test you. He gonna test you. What I mean by test you is, he gonna see how far you gonna let him push your button. Now, very athletic, instigator. He has to be in his own set. He can't be next to no other dogs. He's an instigator. He's in his own set. He can't have. At least, well, with me, like he can't have a dog house in his kennel. But I think he does that shit because he's competing with all the other dogs because he want to be the alpha on the yard. Yeah, he want to be the alpha. Him and Shaka, they always was competing for the alpha of the yard. Them two. But AR is a very even-tempered dog. He's with all the shits, but he's okay just being chill. Like he's not on the rah, rah, rah unless it's other animals. That's how I would describe AR-15. Very balanced dog, very athletic dog, but with the shits, man. With the shits. Okay. Now, I've never agitated him. Callie, I never agitated him. I don't agitate my dogs to make them do all that shit. But I know he's with that because he passes that energy on. Because I've seen it in his offspring where, like they really on that man stopping type shit too. And that's just genetics. And I know AR is with the shit too, but AR is very confident. So if he don't feel that from you, he not gonna give you that. Like he not gonna just see a stranger and just be like, like, no, he gonna see you and he gonna like look at you like, what you want? Right? He gonna greet you with what you want. So that's that's how I describe AR. Asshole, though. Asshole, for sure. But I think that he does that because of other dogs. He's very competitive with other dogs. So he got to act like he's the fucking biggest ape in the zoo. So hopefully that you ain't got your work cut out for you. Nah, no, you don't. Nah, Callie, no, you don't. He's even tempered, like he's chill, like he's a good dog. But I call, what I call him? Like he's almost like a weed that grows out of the concrete and shit. Like that nigga's Steven Seagal, hard to kill and shit. That's who fucking AR is, man. That boy, that motherfucker built for all of it. But he's so confident in himself that he's okay with just, if he don't feel no threat, you ain't gonna see it. He ain't gonna act, he don't act up on that shit. He's not no mouthy dog, want to bark all the time at just random people. Like he knows if there's a problem or not. Like he got that spirit where, like he knows what he can do, if that makes sense. He know he can do a lot of damage to what he want to do it to, because he act like it when it come to prey. He act like it Big Tony, big salute to you, my brother.
Salute, Tony.
Yeah, he act like it. So nah, you good. You good. Just you good, bro. You'll see when you come and you pick him up, you'll see what I'm talking about. He gonna see you and he ain't gonna act like all crazy. He gonna be like, he cool. He, you know what I mean? Like he gonna know like your spirit is cool. Like he's just that type of dog. But
He just gonna let him take him.
Yeah. You know why he will do that? Is because he knows. He knows. He's confident. The dog, he's not scared of nothing. But let you act up like you a threat, then see what time it is.
Right.
That's what I'm saying about AR. He's always been that way. Confident. People go by. Of course, you're gonna be intimidated because you see him, but he's not barking at you like, "Arr!" He's not that type of dog.
Yeah.
That see somebody, doing all that fucking mouthing and shit. No, he's never been that way. As a puppy, he's never been that way. But when he want to get at something, then you'll see it. You'll see it. But he knows that people that I bring around, if he see me with you, he not gonna treat you like you some weirdo or stranger because he know you with me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's balanced. He got that awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not intimidated because, oh, you're somebody new. Let me show you that I'm mean so that you respect me. Like in his mind, like he thinking to himself, like, bro, if I wanted to, I'll fucking maul your ass. That's his temperament. So no, he wouldn't do that to him because he's never done that to anybody I let visit. He's been cool with everybody.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so he's got a different temper. But like I told you, and like I tell y'all, chat, I don't instigate my dogs. I don't make my dogs want to bite people. Because I don't want the liability. If you train your dogs for that agitation shit, then that's what you want to do. I don't agitate my dogs because I don't want my nephews or my cousins or family members or my friends getting bit by my dogs. I have 6.5 acres. I have all my dogs contained. I do that on purpose because my neighbors got horses and goats, and I can't have my dogs roaming around thinking it's okay to go and harass people and harass animals. I can't do that where I live.
You got different type of dogs.
Yeah, I got dogs that'll fucking kill something. Or if I'm agitating them and they're cool with me agitating them, then they get loose and they go and see a stranger and then they go and bite my neighbor or somebody or their kids or whoever it is. I'm getting sued. I don't, That shit looks cool. Like, that shit looks cool on social media, making these dogs vicious. But if I'm never going to use my dog in a vicious way, even though I know I can make them vicious, why am I making them vicious for? What's the purpose?
That don't make no sense.
If you come to my house and try to rob me, I got guns and all kind of shit that'll give you the Blues Clues, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All I need my dogs to do is bark, and they're going to bark if you come on my property. They're going to bark and let me know somebody's there. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go under my bed and get something for your ass.
Yeah.
Then I can deal with that when you get in my house and you're a threat, not sick my dog on you and then I get sued because, my dog mauled the shit out of you. That's how it is in California.
Damn. On your own property? Damn.
Your dog just can't maul nobody, man. Now that shit don't work out here. Bro, that shit don't work out here, man. People can sue you for anything, man.
That's ill.
And that's why I said, think about it with those protection dogs, right? Even with those, you really just want your dogs to be a deterrent.
Yeah.
You're not the police where you can get away with a fucking civilian bite. Those are police dogs. Like a police can shoot you and shit. Those dogs are allowed to bite you because they're police dogs. Just because you got a dog that can bite somebody don't mean it's okay for you to let your dog bite somebody.
Right.
So because I make man stoppers and I train them to be man stoppers, and one thing about dogs who love to bite, if somebody come around them that triggers them to bite, they're not going to discriminate against the bite. Like, okay, well, fuck, should I bite you? No. They're like, oh, my daddy trains me to fucking bite shit. You're not my daddy. I'm gonna bite you. They can say, hey, I just came on your property because, I was looking for my dog or I was looking for something. You're fucked.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Watch this. In California, if somebody comes in your house and then you go and confront them with a gun and they run out your house and you shoot them going out your house, you're going to get in trouble for that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, California don't play that shit. That's why I say, you got to think about what you're doing with your animals. You got to think about that shit. And because I love these type of dogs, these performance combat type dogs, I like making them. I still don't trigger their minds to do that shit that I put in them because I don't want to deal with the liability. That's why I don't do it.
Right.
So with AR-15, all the other dogs that I have, okay, I was going to do that. But then AK told me not to do it. AK told me, like, do you want to get bit in that suit? Like, by that motherfucking dog? Hell no. Nope. And because I didn't have nobody to get in them suits, I decided not to do that shit. Me personally.
Yeah.
But I will do it on these bull herders. I'm still not getting the suit. I'll deal with trainers and all that shit because then I'm going to compete. But those dogs will still be controlled. I still won't be sicking them on no fucking civilians. I guarantee you that. They still will be contained.
Tim shit's gonna have a hell of a bite. Oh.
I still won't let my neighbors or friends or nephews go and greet my dogs unattended.
Yeah.
Because I know what those dogs will do. Those dogs are trained to fucking attack you. And I can't risk it. So I will make sure that my next setup is going to prevent things from happening that can cause me a liability. That's what I will make sure I do when I do produce them dogs that require agitation and, requires a level of understanding when to bite and when not to bite. Yeah, those dogs will be treated differently and they will be, handled accordingly. Yeah. But being that I'm not in that position and I breed those type of dogs, I'm not making them dogs that I breed. I don't trigger though. I don't trigger them to want to kill every dog on my yard because they have maximum prey drive, or I don't trigger Chopper the man stopper to go and want to bite people because I ain't never showed him that scenario in his life.
Yeah.
So if my nephew come or my family come, my friends come and they see Chopper, he's looking at you like you're a stranger, but he don't know in his mind to just like, oh, I want to fucking kill you. Or, oh, you're a stranger. I just want to bite you. No, he don't. But I've had dogs that will, like Cowboy will. Cowboy will look at you and want to fucking eat you. I don't know why. I ain't never told him that shit, but that's who he is.
Yeah, send him.
That's who he is. I never brought that out of him. But guess what? I don't let you just go up there and put your hand over there where he's at. I'll tell you off the top. Matter of fact, he'll tell you. You won't even do it. He'll tell you as soon as you come by, don't come close. And you won't come close. You will not come close. So But I ain't never agitated him and did none of that shit. Some dogs are just that way. You know what
And
I
you
know?
had him from as a puppy?
That's all. He's always been that way. And you know what that is to me? That's his insecurity. Because he's not confident enough in you to think that you won't hurt him. Because why are you doing that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why you gotta come out already on attack mode when there's not a threat to you, unless you want to be the first one to pop off to protect yourself. I never understood that with him.
That's weird shit.
But some dogs are, like you said, are that way.
Some dogs, every dog's different.
Every dog is different, and you got to handle them accordingly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He don't act that way towards my wife. He don't act that way towards me. You know what I'm saying? But let the pool guy or anybody who he don't know come around him, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see something that you can be like, whoa. You're like, whoa, why is he like that? I don't know.
Heckle hide shit.
Yeah. So there are dogs who act that way. You know what? Verde bullies, I don't think it's alpha behavior. Me personally, I don't think it's that. I just think that in his mind, because he don't know the energy, I feel it's an insecurity space in him where he rather hit you before you hit him, because he's always been like that. Always. And he's not a vicious dog. He just, anybody who's not me or my wife, he's gonna fucking show you the business, man. He's gonna bite at the fence. You're gonna see Cujo. That's what you're gonna see. You're like, what the hell's wrong with that dog? Why is he fucking biting at the fence going crazy? Showing all his teeth and slobbering and shit. Craziness, man. But see, that's insecurity. AR-15, he's secure. He knows what he can do to you, and he's not intimidated by you. That's his temperament. But let it be another animal by him, then he's antagonizing them, and he's provoking them, and he's doing a lot of fucking extra credit shit to make a shit pop off.
So I can't have another dog, basically. I just gotta have him.
Just not next to him. Yeah, not next to him. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Don't have two males. Nah, that ain't gonna work. No, it's gonna be on and popping.
But he cool with females though.
I don't even know if he's cool with females. No, because I had him next to a couple of different females. Nah, he's an instigator. Period. He's an asshole.
Yeah,
that's who he is. He's an asshole. But he's an asshole, and he knows it. But it's only towards other dogs. Very confident asshole. So, but yeah, he's not on that extra credit shit though. Thank God. He says some dogs are like people, socially awkward. Yeah. There you go. That's perfect. Inquisitive Dejin. That's a perfect description of dogs. Socially awkward, or they're socially confident. Like AR. You know what I'm saying? Or they're like AK, don't give a fuck either or. Just let me bite something. And I'm good. Give me my pacifier. I'm fine.
But no one can go in his cage with him though.
You could try it, but you won't try it.
Nah, like if I was there and I was like, yeah, can I go in there with him?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, try it, but you won't try it because of his intensity and how he's greeting you at the. He's not gonna bark or nothing. He's gonna have that bone in his mouth. But as soon as you go to that gate, he's right at that gate, and he's standing out and he's looking you dead in your face.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Or right when you walk up, he's jumping like a fucking crazy monkey.
Mm.
And then he's making these noises like he's making them noises like that, looking you in your face. So you're not gonna go in there.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the type of shit that he do. So when I come up there, he do the same thing. But I know what that means. I know how to get him. And I mean, it's like I'm used to that energy. But you see that for the first time, you're not gonna
Yes.
go in there. You see what I'm saying? He's like, oh, is he gonna bite me? That's what you're gonna think. Is he gonna bite me? This is kind of crazy. This guy kind of crazy. Yeah, he's not a pack animal. Cowboy's not. He's not a pack animal at all. That nigga, he's not a pack. He's not a pack animal. He's solo bolo, and yeah, I play him like that. You know what I'm saying? He's always had his own little 10x10. He's a good dog, but he's a solo artist, and he don't like new people.
Man, so
That's
no
who he is.
one can take him then.
Nah, ain't no dog park ever in your fucking life. You're not bringing him around no new people and thinking that he's gonna be okay with it. He's good in his space, and he's okay with the environment that he's in. Okay,
Mm.
when I let my dogs play, I let them play by themselves, or if I've raised them together, like back in the day, I had Shaka and Jaws together because they grew up together and they have a dynamic. They brothers.
Yeah.
Jaws is not on that rah 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 shit. He's very laid back, and and Shaka is. So when they would get into a little type of energy, like combative energy shit,
Yeah.
Shaka will instigate it, but then Jaws would not give it any energy to where Shaka kind of lost his interest in what he was trying to do, which is start a fight. So then that's how they dealt with each other. They always was like that since they was kids. So I could keep them around each other as long as I'm there. They're cool. Now, one thing that was good about Shaka is that he was so prey driven that he just want to go and hunt shit. So he just go out and I let them out together and they do their own thing. He wouldn't even worry about Jaws. He just going around there looking for squirrels, looking for shit, looking for moles. He just going around and just looking for shit. That's all he want to do. So he's so focused on that, he can care less about competing with Jaws. And then Jaws never gave him the energy that he wanted to where he felt like he needed to combat him, if that makes sense. You know how dogs look and they test each other and they test the energy. Oh, you want it? Oh, you want it? Oh, you want it? Are you stepping to me? Oh no, you stepping to me? Soon as what's name give him that energy, Shaka give him the energy, Jaws will look at him and then fucking go off. So then it's like, oh, you don't even want nothing. So that's kind of how that is. But I always allow my dogs to play by themselves. Females, I allow them to play, but over time, the males and even some of the females too, like that shit don't last long. Maybe it lasts, maybe I can get two of them to play with each other, females. Be cool in their adult age, but never more than two. Remember, I used to do my pack experiments.
Yeah, when they was young.
Yeah, when they was young. Yeah, it would never last. It would never last. Three or more would never last, and then two, I could get two to last a while. I can get two to last, but three in a pack never lasts.
Yeah, I've seen a couple when you tried that a couple times.
It never lasts, man. Because always one gets. It's always
one
two
wants to
against
fight.
one.
Yeah, one wants to fight, and then the other two get into it.
Yeah, it's a jump. It's never a everybody against everybody. It's always a two against
jumping.
One. Yeah. So it never worked itself out in the pack. Yeah. Tony said that the biggest difference in people that have several dogs and versus people with less, you learn to respect their individuality. Yep. Same breed. Okay. Bro or sister can be very different. Yep. Facts, Tony.
Yeah, facts.
That's very, very true. And that's why I used to do my pack experiments with my puppies, because I wanted them to understand if we're all in a yard, you guys got to understand that we are a pack, even though you might not get along. That's why I always taught the dogs that I was keeping how to be in a pack, even though they're not bred to be pack animals. Because we're still in a yard, and if there was ever a yard accident, I never wanted it to get taken to the point of no return where I come out and a dog is dead.
Yeah.
If they had it in a situation where they had a scuffle, I wanted the one that dominated the weaker one to eventually let it up, not take it out. So that's why I used to do my pack dynamics with all my dogs, because I wanted them to, if they ever got into a situation, they would not take it to the point of no return. Yeah. I would never, and they learn that, because I've had situations where I've had a pack situation and I came back and, one of the dogs was really, 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 really messed up, but it wasn't dead.
Yeah.
And of course, I was upset, but it taught the dogs not to take it there. And I eventually moved that dog out of there. I didn't, okay, well, maybe next time. No, hell no. As soon as I saw that was enough. Okay, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to be by yourself. You can't be with your sisters. You're the instigator, or they keep jumping you. And that's another thing too, you guys. It's like, you guys we all have these high-driven dogs. You can ruin your dog by letting the other dogs dominate, or bully the one that keeps getting jumped. Like, you'll ruin that dog's mentality. You gotta, as soon as you see that, separate it.
Separate them, yeah.
Don't, she gotta learn or he gotta learn. Oh, that's okay. Nah, you're gonna fuck that dog's mind up. Separate it. You know what I mean? Let it learn to defend itself, but that's all you need to let it learn. As long as it's trying to defend itself, cool, but then get it out of there. That's enough. As long as, okay, you're defending yourself, cool, but don't let it, okay, you're going to have to get tough. You know what I mean? You can't let them do you like that. Nah, hell nah. Nope. Just get it on out of there. It's not worth it. The best tips I can give you is start early. Start when they puppies, because then when they do get into scuffles, there's not a lot of damage. And then you can be there to correct it. You got to correct it. Okay. Do not just let it happen unsupervised. You have to correct it. And when they're younger and you're able to watch it and correct it, the bigger, like the big problems don't happen until maybe like if you keep them in their pack dynamic for like a year, you don't really see the shift in hierarchy and violence until about a year old. If you keep them together in a pack, then you'll see the shift in hierarchy and in the level of violence on each other. And then you'll 9 times out of 10 see what I always see is that 3 is too much in a pack, and there will always be 2 against 1. And once that happens, you'll end up with a dead dog, because it happened to me a couple of times when I had puppies and I had them in like a 6-pack.
Mm-hmm.
I came in there, thank God, and broke them up, but it was so bad. The violence of 5 against 1.
Damn.
What the heck? 5 against? Why? But you learn this stuff. You're like, what the heck?
They pick on the weakest.
Yeah, or not even it wasn't
or
even
the one with the rock.
They felt like, oh, you want to start shit? We gonna jump you. You know what I mean? Because she wasn't weak. She just was the one they wanted to jump. But 5 against 1.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a wrap. You know what I mean? I don't care how tough you think you are as a person or a dog or any animal.
That's wolf shit right there.
Yeah, you're outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? It's just is what it is. So that right there was a tough lesson of mine, because I definitely came in the nick of time, but she was so fatigued, she went in shock and she never came out of that motherfucker. And then she passed probably 30 minutes later, she passed away. So that shit right there was a lesson learned. Like, golly. But 5 against 1, I mean, it's real. But they ain't never had no issues before. That was the first one.
And so they can't even really play with each other and shit like that.
You just gotta stay on top of it, ready? That's the thing. You can't just leave it and think, okay, it's been cool. They're 5 months, they're cool, ain't never happened, and don't think that will. You got to be ready to, if you hear it, be ready to get over there, break it up. You know what I mean? I just so happened to be down at the bottom tier. I heard it, but I didn't get up there until about 10 minutes because I kept hearing. I'm like, what the hell? And it was like 10 minutes of it. So by that time, 10 minutes of 5 against 1.
Oh yeah, that's done. That's wraps.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lesson that you learn, right? You learn this type of thing. And I was teaching my puppies how to get along, and they was playing good until whatever that situation triggered them, and it was what it was. So then I learned my lesson from that. I don't allow that. So now I don't let a 6-pack be in a pack. I only allow 3 in a pack.
To an extent.
Well, in the beginning where I'm teaching them how to be a pack, I only let 3 in a pack. Okay. And I don't let males with the females. It's females, males, males. That's what I do. Females, males, males in a pack. And then eventually once they understand and I can see them, not taking it to the point of no return, and then I see them, it starts to escalate the competition, then I separate them. And then that's it. And I think the longest you guys I've ever had males together was 3 years.
Shit.
Yeah. It was Goat and Prophet. And then one time, only took one time, and then that changed that. I could never have them together again. One time I was doing this flirt pole with this ball, and Prophet ain't never showed no interest in no damn ball and flirt pole, but that day he did, and he was trying to get the ball from Goat, and then Goat wasn't liking that shit, and they got into a real fight. I broke it up. It's fine. After that, they couldn't be with each other after that. Nope. As soon as I brought them in, as soon as I put them there together, it was on. I'm like, oh, no. Separated them. They can never be together after that. One time. They was buddies for 3 years. It took one fight over a ball that changed their dynamic, and never could they be in a kennel together ever again. 3 years buddies, sleeping in the same thing. They can never eat. I never let them eat in the same bowl. I don't ever let my dogs compete for food. They had their own food. I put it on one side, the other dog on the other side, so they can feel comfortable, ain't got to compete. So that's always was good, but one time. And I always tell you guys how dogs never forget.
Yeah.
I always tell y'all, dogs never forget that one time. They never was friends again. One fight. I'm like, oh, that's all bad. So that's the longest I've ever had males together. But I've had females together for a very long time. Two in a pack. Yeah, 2 in a pack. But I've taught them since they was babies, and they understand and understood that if you guys have a disagreement, you guys can scuffle, but not to the point of no return. And they understood that. They learned that. So they'll do their and then they'll get their stalemate, and then they'll stop. Because in their mind, they know that I don't allow them to take, as soon as I see that shit, I'm like, hey, stop. So that's always in their mind.
Yeah.
But never 3. It never works for me. So, but just do it sparingly, you guys, especially if you're dealing with high drive dogs. Do it sparingly. Do it just to kind of, like I said, to teach your dogs, if they ever get into a scuffle, not to kill each other. Because, that's the worst. have one of your good dogs die in a yard accident. That's the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst. So yeah, all my dogs have learned that, but I treat all my dogs as individuals, like humans, right? We all individuals, and they all have their own kennel, unless, like I said, unless you guys grew up together and y'all can share, that's fine. But majority of them had their own kennels, and the ones that I know that ain't playing, I don't test. I don't test it. I don't, let me see if I can make this work. No, I know better. And I don't advise you guys to do the same. You know what I'm saying? Don't test it. It's not worth it. Puppies, test it. But do it for correction. Don't do it just to see if how long I can just make them as a pack and shit. No, do it so that you can teach them something. Don't do it just because you only got a little bit of space and you just gonna put them together. No, do it for lessons, and when you see them getting into it, you correct them. No, stop, no, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You correct them so that they don't, you can teach them how to be a pack. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. That's that though. Anything else we can add to this freak of nature? I just don't want us to be using that word or that title lightly. I don't want us to be just freely giving that to dogs, because our standard has to be very high when we're dealing with high performance level type working competition dogs. It has to be the highest of the high. Your standard has to be damn near unreachable when we're talking about high performance working and competition dogs. It has to be that way.
Freaking nature. That's a one of a kind dog. One of a kind.
It's a rarity, right? Exactly. It's few and far between, and it's if. You know what I'm saying? So I've just used it on AK. I've never used it before. Okay, I'm just letting you guys know that. If you guys go ahead.
But it's still not the perfect dog though yet.
Well, there's no dog or no human on the planet that's perfect. The freak of nature is the features.
The features and the traits.
That represents the dog. That is not normal. That is not above normal. That's not just good, not just great, but freakish.
Mm.
Not normal, like we said.
Unicorn,
extraordinary. Like Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's near perfect. Near.
I mean, Reddy, I can't. Perfection is not there. It's just freakish. It's like I said, if you're fast, you're like, damn, that motherfucker's fast. But you see a person that's freakishly fast.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by freak. You might not be perfect in your form or perfect in your running ability, but your damn show is freakishly fast. You're like I said, you might not be the biggest dog, but your body type and your muscle is freakish. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. You got some big ass people, right? But then you got those people that's freakishly big.
Right.
Not perfect. It's just freakish. Which is just not normal. That's why I say we can't say perfect, because there's no perfect anything on the planet but God.
Right.
But God Almighty. Nothing was ever built to be perfected but God. So if we know this as a standard, that there's no such thing as perfection, but we have seen some things that blow our mind, which we would say, well, like, that's a fucking freak. So that's how you would define that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just think that with our standards being at the highest level, what can we call perfect? There, I don't think we could ever reach anything close to it, because there's always a level on paper that we can never reach.
Right.
Right? If we got 100% on all of our genetic characteristics, and we really have a test to measure those, you know, those ratings, how the fuck? There's no way anybody will get 100% if it's at the highest standard, because there are tests out there that gauges people at the highest standard, or animals at a highest standard. And I'm sure there's not one animal or one person that ever hit 100%. At the highest level. We're not just talking about, okay, we have a class and, you know, I got these few test answers and you can answer them and you get 100. No, we're talking about performance. Like, you might pass 100 on the actual written test, but all the other tests that go along with the written test that makes you perfect, how many people is going to get 100 on all of them?
Right.
That's what I mean by perfection. That is the highest level of standards. And that's why in real life they put you in tiers, because there's a give and take when you put somebody in a tier, versus like you can only be the top if you're 100. Well, we got to give room. We got to give room for imperfection. But if I got a group of dogs that I test and I put them in a tier of dogs, I got this level of tier, this level of tier for this level of tier for that, and I give them a room of give and take. You got to give them some give and take.
Yeah.
Because we know that, you know, you're going to fall short. Nobody's perfect in all areas of anything. So if I put you in this tier, give or take, and you know what I mean, we give you that leeway, then it's like, okay, shit, you know what I mean? We can give you some room for imperfection. We can give you some room for improvement. Because think about how people get stronger, but then they get slower.
Yeah.
That. People lose body mass. They get faster, but then they get weaker.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So with these dogs, and we talking about, you know, great dogs, good dogs, we're giving them, we're giving them some slack in that. And then, but when we talk about freak, it's just beyond your, I'm sure that there was things about Secretariat that wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Even though they classify him as a freak. Only the breeder and the trainer would tell you that, because they've tested Secretariat in every which way, form, or fashion that you wouldn't even test a horse. And maybe that breeder's standard is so high that in his mind, even though the performance of Secretariat was top tier amongst all his peers, he had higher expectations for Secretariat than what you could even imagine. So you interview him, and he's like, Secretariat was a freakish level horse, and he was a great horse, but to be honest, there were some things that could have been better. Michael Jordan would tell you that about himself. LeBron James, Dion, whoever, that are the greats. They'll tell you things about themselves that they know that are not at the highest level that they think they should be, even though us outside looking in is like, yo, you're the greatest of all time. So that freak level, unicorn, like you were saying, like y'all saying, chat, just like comes once and for like whenever God decides to bless mankind with a freak, and then you test it, like, oh shit, oh, this is off the charts, this is off the, then you do the averages compared to all the other ones. You're like, oh, this motherfucker is leap years ahead of everybody else. Because guess what, Reddy? Guess what, chat? Even though we got a freak right now, there will be one even greater if we keep going and we keep doing things at the highest level. There will be even, think about like with sports. That's why there's records that's always broken.
Yeah.
Because there's someone out there working harder than the record holder to break the record.
Yeah.
So us as engineers, okay, we are studying our craft. We are getting the best genetics. We are testing all the dogs. We're doing all the different breedings. We understand how we get the maximum vigor. We're doing those type of breedings to create these freaks. And then we're gauging them off of the other few freaks that's ever fucking graced our eyesight. And we're like, oh shit, we got one that's better than Secretariat. Look at the stats. He broke all of Secretariat's records. But it's never going to be perfect for us. Because then guess what? Once it's perfect, ready for us, then what are we doing it for? We already reached perfection. There's right. No need. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no need for us to keep working. We reached perfection. But that means you can't get it any greater. If it's perfect, it's 100%. Right. What else is there? We got 100.
It's over.
So it's done. Hang it up. Do something else. But because we're dealing with genetics, and we learn that it's a genetic lottery, okay? And what we understand about performance is everything is based off of stats, and stats are made to be broken. So all we are doing in the lab is trying to create dogs to break these records and these stats. And which will never be perfect because, shit, those records will be held on for 10, 20 years and shit. We still ain't been on the record from 10 years ago, right? We be talking that shit. Then we still ain't, we made that dog 10 years ago. We still ain't made a dog better than that. And we doing all kind of top tier cook-ups. We using our old formulas. The shit ain't working. We trying new shit. The shit ain't working. This is how it goes. Until one day it happens. Now it might take us another 10, 20 years to beat that one. But guess what? That's going to keep us going, chat. That's going to keep us going. Ready? It's going to keep us going, keep us pushing harder and harder, keep us raising the bar, keep us in the lab cooking. Keep these brothers out here, taking their shit and making these bull herders over here in the U.S. I'm excited for those bull herders in the U.S. I'm excited about that movement. Oh, my goodness. Y'all know I'm excited. I'm super excited. And I'm so glad that 2023, the coach was talking about that shit before it really caught on. I'm glad that I seen it here in America before it's starting to trickle and it's starting to catch.
Yeah.
It's starting to catch over here in America.
Yep.
So for me to see it and for me to do that back in 2023 and for me to get 3,000 something likes back in 2023 when I was talking that shit, and I had a lot of haters in the comments, trust me. A lot of hate. Come on, y'all know the naysayers, all the motherfuckers gonna talk that shit, mutts, all that dumb shit, because they don't think like me. They're not an artist. But I seen it back then. And the confirmation is I see brothers cooking it. I see brothers with them dogs and they compete and they got some nice ass dogs. They got top tier dogs. They fucking with the Mals and the Dutch Shepherds. They really getting it in with them bull herders, and I love it. That's when I'm gonna produce the freakiest AK, is when I cross AK to the Kangol, especially, and I really feel it's gonna happen when I make an AK Malinois.
Yeah.
Just those two energies of that Malinois energy and AK's energy fucking combined, that's gotta produce a freakish, that's gotta produce a freak. It has to produce at least one for me. It has to. There's no reason why it would not. Now, much love and respect, Callie. Welcome home, man. You know what I mean? Thank you for participating in that chat. Yeah. Salute to you, brother. But yeah, man. I mean, we definitely beat this. We beat this topic up. I feel that they understand. Chat, I feel like you guys understand, what a freak of nature look like when it comes to performance dog, high performance dog. It's a complete dog, but everything is, if a great dog was on 10, a freak is on 12.
Word.
In the body type, in the temperament, in the drive, in the intensity, in the smarts, in its overall ability is 12. Strength, speed, 12. If a great dog is 10, 12s is freaks. Now watch this. A lot of times when you get those freaks, they're not controllable. It's too much, right? Overkill. So just because I have a freak doesn't mean that it's going to be the best dog for the job.
Right.
Because you got 12s. That's overkill. Like, it might be a great dog for protection work, but if it's biting too hard and causing damage to the decoy, then maybe it was not really good for that type of sport. If you're causing damage to the decoy, or or it's too intense, or if you got a police dog and it's biting a civilian but it's crushing their bones, they're not going to be using that as a police dog. It's overkill. So again, a freak of nature is a two-edged sword. If you want to wow people, you bring out your freak of nature and you will just wow people with it. But in reality, I don't know if a freak of nature is going to be good for a certain type of jobs because of the potential of damage that dog can do. Because to me, it's overkill. But you never know. Some enthusiasts, right? Some dogmen want them type dogs, which is fine. But I think a good dog is good enough. So I digress in this dialogue of the freaking nature. And I encourage you guys, as far as your programs, be okay with and satisfied with making good dogs. Good, high performance, working competition dogs. Be satisfied with that, because if you start thinking on this freak shit, you will drive yourself crazy trying to produce it.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I'm not discouraging you guys from going in that direction, but it will drive you crazy trying to produce it because it's that fleeting. I guess it's so fleeting. What I mean by fleeting, right? It flees away, right? It's something that you cook up and you think you got it, and then when you fucking test it, you're like, damn it, I thought I had it. You cook it up again, you think you got it, you test it, it's like that. Because the bar is just way too high. The 12, it's hard to get 10s.
Yeah.
Let alone 12s. That's all I'm saying. So be happy with the 8s that are greats. I'm talking about your genetic characteristics. If you get a level, if the highest level is 10 and you hit an 8, be happy with that. Be happy with that. You're accomplished. That's a great high performance working dog at an 8 level. That's a great dog. Okay. Be okay with that. Okay. 10s. Ooh, shit. Ooh, shit. You got something to talk about. 12s. Out of this world. Freakish. Unicorns. Once in a lifetime. Maybe once in 2 lifetimes. You know, maybe twice in a lifetime if you're lucky.
Word.
But that's all I really wanted to talk about. You know what I mean? I just want you guys to understand what that means to me. Okay. Brother Reddy broke that shit down, gave a great example of what a freak is, what a good dog is, great dog is. You guys also elaborated on that shit. I think we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But when you see one, you're going to know what it is. Trust me. You'll know what the fuck it is. Okay. And just admire it. Okay. Admire it. It's like a dinosaur that came to life. And just admire it. You probably won't be able to produce it. Just admire it, you know, so that you can say you had one in your lifetime. You know, I'm able to admire it and I'm able to produce with it. That's why I'm going to go ahead and get, 500 plus straws off of AK. I'm keeping that DNA. As long as I'm living, I'm passing that DNA on, like I said, to my nephew, to my son. He going to have it. I'm passing them genetics on. Even when AK leave this earth, his spirit goes to the afterlife and be another dog. I'm gonna have that fucking DNA on tap. I guarantee you that. So God is good all the time. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But anything else you want to add? Ready before we close out, Ty?
Nah. Killed it.
Yeah, we killed it, man. We killed it. Chat, let me go ahead and go down the chat, give you guys all your shouts out. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for participating. You know what I mean? Cooper. Big salute to you, Coop. The Texas kid, man. Welcome, brother. I think this is your first time, man. Thank you for showing up. Every Thursday night, man, we got this classroom, man. Big salute to you, man, for showing up. Show enough. My brother, show enough. Thank you for showing up again and your support, man. Inquisitive Vision. Thank you for participating, my brother. Good points that you made. The council, aka my brother Cali, man. Thank you, man. Welcome back. I'm glad you home, brother. You know what I'm saying? I know your family's, glad that you back home too, man. It's been a long time, man, but you home and you never going back into that fucking hellhole again, brother. So much love and respect to you, brother. Verde Bullies, man. Thank you. Thank you for participating, Verde. You know what I'm saying? You definitely added some good conversation, good dialogue to our subject matter, man. So thank you, brother. Who else we got? Functional Focus Style, my brother. Big salute to you, man. You know what I mean? Big salute to you, man. Zeus the Mal, my brother. I think this might be your first time showing up too, man. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate you participating in the chat. Hopefully you'll tap in with us next week, brother. Bill, Blue Line Terriers, big salute to you, my brother, man. I love them dogs you got over there, man. Keep doing your work. We watching, we seeing it. Rogue Wolf Project, my brother, man. Big salute to you, man. Thank you for participating in the chat. Let's see what else we got. I don't want to miss nobody. And we got everybody.
Nah, there was a new dude.
Oh,
Bakery.
Tony.
Tony.
Big salute to you, Tony. Thank you for your support as always, Tony. Appreciate you participating in the chat as well, brother. You seen somebody else I missed? Ready?
Bakery, something.
Let's see. Yes, sir. You called it. Brother Bakery. Big salute to you, brother. Much love and respect. See what else we got. I think he's new too, right? Brother Bakery is new too. Thank you for showing up and participating in the chat, brother. Every Thursday, man, we cook. We cook like no other. So yeah, we out of here. Anything you got to say to the chat before we bounce? Ready?
Salute to the chat. See y'all next week, man.
Yeah, see y'all next week, man. Take care of y'all dogs, man. Take care of you guys yourselves. You know, stay in your own lane. Be inspired about creating, be an artist. Let's raise this bar, man, like we've been doing. Let's raise this bar. Let's keep this classroom going. Let's keep learning. Let's keep elevating these dogs and elevating our mental perspective and our fucking knowledge on fucking making these dogs. You feel me? But yeah, we out. Peace.
Peace.